Welcome, fans, to Panther Live with the Ty Elliott State Farm pregame show here with Andy Demjanovic and my co-commentator for the pregame show, Bert Horsley. Mr. Horsley, tonight we come into tonight's contest against the Fergus Golden Eagles. They are 5-1. Belgrade comes into tonight's contest 4-2. The Eagles' only loss is to Laurel, which is they are currently ranked second in our conference, and one of Belgrade's losses is to Laurel also, and obviously Billings Central that we saw last week, who Fergus plays next week. So it could be this is a big game for seeding purposes.
This is a huge game, yeah, and with Billings Central next week, you know, maybe the Eagles are looking ahead to that, might overlook Belgrade coming off 2 straight losses, and conversely, Belgrade's just got to get back in gear. They got to start producing on the offensive side of the ball, put up some big stops on the defensive side of the ball, and they just go out there and do what they were doing when they were rolling through games 1 through 4.
Yeah, tonight they will face the Fergus Golden Eagles. Tonight they have actually one of the Fergus Golden Eagles signed actually with MSU a couple weeks ago, Tanner Trafton, the 6'5" wide receiver. Yeah, he is number 3 for the Fergus Golden Eagles. So he's an athletic all-state receiver and basketball player. And when you have a kid that big and that athletic, does it give you some mismatch problems? It can, and you have to think that the Belgrade coaching staff knows that, and they came in and game planned for that. And when you have that tool on the outside, you got to be able to get some pressure on the inside. You know, with the big guys up front, and that can make a big difference too. You know, a turnover can be a big thing, and if they're targeting him too much, and we can get some pressure, maybe make a bad pass, get a turnover, kind of change momentum. And as far as Belgrade, they have to bounce back against Billings Central. You know, Coach Kinnaman talked about last in the paper this week that they're just trying to put that game in the rearview mirror. You got to hand it to Billings Central that they were the better team, and we saw across the board they were big and athletic, and it was just a tough matchup, and has been a tough matchup for all opponents for Billings Central. So with a game like that, next time maybe you'll see them in the playoffs or maybe a potential state championship. You got to move on and try to seed yourself. What does Belgrade have to do tonight to overcome Fergus?
They have to do what they're good at. They have to get the ball in the hands they want them to be in. Your Easton Page gets to get the run game going with Ethan Major. You know, let Dyson Cheney get out and let it fly a little bit. And defensively, they just got to come off the ball and make the stops. They got to get some pressure into the backfield and disrupt that pass game a little bit. Yeah, and overall,
tonight Belgrade hosts Fergus, but this is what both coaches talked to me in pregame about, is about seeding. Right now for Belgrade, second is still a possibility. People got to beat people, but for Fergus, they still have an opportunity to maybe win the conference. They do have to beat Billings Central, which is a huge mountain. But what's the advantages of getting seeded and getting a home game in the playoffs?
Well, there's a lot to it, I guess. Personally, as a player, I never minded traveling. I just think you step on the field and you go. You know, there are different philosophies about that, but winning to me is the big one. Yeah, we beat this team. I would rather go in with a little confidence and play on the road than go into the road or stay at home and without confidence, knowing, you know, we come in as a maybe a 500 team making the playoffs or a 6-2 team making the playoffs. I'd much rather have that record knowing we beat most of our opponents, and I have to travel than the alternative.
Yeah, Fergus comes in tonight pretty balanced. Their quarterback is Seth Norseland, and he's one of the better quarterbacks, actually, pure quarterbacks in Class A, really is solid. And they also have a running back who's pretty solid as well. And that is number, let me see, Parr's got my list over there, but it is the Jameson kid, number 13, Wesley Jameson. He's a 200-pound running back, and they're pretty balanced. He has 1,100 yards rushing, and Northland's got about 1,200 yards thrown. So they're a balanced attack. So when you're defending a balanced team, how difficult is that, and what advantage to the offense is to be balanced like that?
It was a great advantage when defense never knows what's coming. But that being said, you know, for the defensive side of the ball, you need to have studied the film, coaches, and you need to have prepared your players. And the players have to be disciplined and stay true to their reads, and that takes care of a lot of things. Whether it's play action, whether it's just straight run, whatever. You just have to play straight and true to your reads, and that's going to make a big difference. You do what you're coached to do.
Yeah, we're going to step aside for just a few moments. I want you to stay here with me, and we're going to see what the coaches had to say tonight. First, we will start with actually assistant coach Josh Lewis. Kinnaman wanted to start spreading the wealth a little bit, so he had me interview one of the assistant coaches, and maybe we'll do that over the next couple of games. So we'll go to the Belgrade side first, and we'll listen to what offensive coordinator Josh Lewis had to say.
Try to get him as many touches as you can without the defense, just to being able to key on them.
All right, here we are on the Ty Elliott State Farm pregame show with assistant coach Josh Lewis, offensive coordinator for the Belgrade Panthers. Coach, you come in tonight's contest 4-2. What is your overall assessment of your offense this year?
I think offensively we're doing pretty good. We're trying to spread some teams out and keep teams honest and have a balance of pass and run. Overall, I think it's been pretty good. We just got to execute today and have a good showing tonight.
Yeah, it kind of seems that you've tried to orient your offense around your playmakers and getting your playmakers the ball and whatever the defense gives you. Can you kind of tell the hometown crowd and our viewers kind of how you do that?
Yeah, it's just about getting the balls in your athlete's hand in space, and once you give them the ball, let them do their thing. We try to do some things, mixing them up formational-wise, motions, shifts, and get the ball to them as quick as you can, so they have an opportunity to make plays.
One of your bigger playmakers is Easton Page, and we've seen you put him at quarterback, running back, even at receiver. And from my analysis, looking at a lot of game tape, he's probably about 30 to 40% of your offense. Is that about fair? And will we see him kind of in all those positions tonight?
Yeah, he's one of our playmakers that we just try to find creative ways to get him the ball and try to get him as many touches as you can without the defense, just to being able to key on them. And so we try to move him around. We'll mix him up, put him at receiver, put him at running back, put him at quarterback, just to come up with ways to give him the ball.
I know last weekend you had Billings Central as probably the top team, and it is the top team in the state. You guys actually scored 14 points, and they've only had 14 points scored on them all year. What do you think about Fergus's defense tonight?
I think they're really solid and well coached in what they do. They like to bring a lot of pressure, so we're going to have to handle that, being in a spread formation. But overall, they're a pretty solid defense.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck. We're here on the... Okay, that was assistant coach Josh Lewis talking about the offensive side of the ball. Now we got to also talk with Vic Feller, the head coach for the Fergus Golden Eagles. So we will get to that interview. Ty Elliott, State Farm pregame show with head coach from the Fergus Golden Eagles, Vic Feller. Coach, you're 5-1 coming into tonight's game, coming against Belgrade, who dropped to 4-2. What's the implications on this game? Is it a big, important game, or is it just the next game for you guys?
Well, you know, this one's big. You know, I know as we look at it with Belgrade, it's probably really going to determine 3-4 in the conference. You know, especially for them. You know, we still have an outside chance. If we could could win tonight and go down to Billings next week and beat Billings, we could still win the conference. So it's a huge, but to put us in that position, obviously we got to win tonight.
Yeah, you come in tonight, you have a quarterback who's one of the more solid quarterbacks, not only in the league, but maybe in Class A in Northland, and you got your running back, Jamison. Are you pretty much balanced, or do you prefer one over the other?
You know, it's really been interesting. You know, we did the stats this week. We got 1,200 yards passing, we got 1,100 yards rushing. So, yeah, we've stayed balanced, and I think that's helped us. You know, it's nice when you got a kid that if they put 7 in the box, we can throw it. If they go to 6 in the box, we can run it.
And now going to the defensive side of the ball, have you been happy with your defense overall this year? And what's kind of the high point of your defense?
You know, defensively, you know, we haven't given up a score in a month. We got 4 straight shutouts coming in, and, you know, I told Coach Hudson if he could get us 2 more, we'd be in great shape. But, you know, realistically with Belgrade, that our goal is not to get a shutout. Our goal is to win the game. But our persistence on the ball, you know, I really feel our kids, they've really bought into Coach Hudson's philosophy, and we really swarmed to the ball, and we've done a good job of that since the Laurel game.
Yeah, kind of exciting for you guys. You got a MSU Bobcat signing, is that correct?
We did. You know, Tanner Trafton signed a couple weeks ago, and you know, I think that was a big kind of a distraction and stuff, and we're done with that, and he's ready to play, and he's had a good year too. And when you're 6'5", it's a nice target.
Every athlete. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. And with that, we'll be right back with you after the national anthem. Okay, we are back. We're just a couple minutes away for tonight's kickoff between the Belgrade Panthers and the Fergus Golden Eagles in a conference game tonight. The Belgrade Panthers are 4-2. The Fergus Golden Eagles come into tonight's contest 5-1. After we just heard Mr. Horsley from both coaches, we heard Coach Lewis talked about their offense a little bit and trying to get their playmakers, the ball quickly. And as we saw last game, moving throughout the year, really moving Easton around to try to get him some opportunities and continue to use Ethan Major in the backfield and try to give them their playmakers some opportunities. And tonight we'll see that. In what is your so far of the season with how has Belgrade's offense done in your opinion overall?
They started off doing really well, being able to move the ball, and they ran into a little stiffer competition, and they need to respond better. That's the bottom line to me. They need to vary it up a little bit, and I think they need to use the field a little better, personally. I think we like to run short side of the field, pass short side of the field. It just doesn't give our playmakers a lot of room to maneuver and get out. So that's my personal opinion. I think we open it up a little bit, use the field, we'd be in a lot better shape.
Yeah, and some of the keys in some of those stiffer competitions too. It starts, I don't know, and you've played this position. I think might agree with me is being able to get it done up front. If you're throwing the ball, you got to have that pass protection, and this year Belgrade's had to kind of roll out against teams and and then against the stiffer competition, we really haven't been able to run inside the tackle box, and Billings Central saw that, where we had to kind of try to attack their defense in different ways to loosen them up front a little bit. So what do we got to do up front against stiffer competition?
Execute, and that's the bottom line. You go with your schemes. I know we've moved to some zone. You just got to be. You got to do your job as an offensive lineman up front. Get a hat on a hat, go after it, and open up some holes. Get those athletes, from the backfield moving. That being said, I think we probably stand to run north-south a little better than east-west. Again, that's my personal opinion. I think we tend to try and widen it when we don't need to, where we'll run 8 yards horizontal instead of running 3 yards vertical, and we don't gain any ground. So I think we need to attack and be happy with the little gains, because they'll produce first downs.
And I know you talked about, when we talked about playoff positioning and playing at home versus away, and you said in your opinion, you don't mind going on the road, and because of your mentality. And is that kind of what we got to start to gear here, is when we step on the field, the mentality, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing, that as an athlete, as a competitor, you got to just be able to flip that switch across the board, and we got to have multiple guys do that together.
Absolutely. I think that's what it comes down to for me, is you got to be able to, wherever the field is, you step on it, you're ready to play. And you have to prepare all week like that. And I think that's just how it has to be. And you have to get that mentality, and then understand you make the playoffs. Then that could be the last one. So you got to prepare every week to the absolute best of your ability and be ready for it.
And then we're getting closer to game time. I expect a pretty good game between both teams. Could be maybe a shootout, maybe a defensive battle as well. But what is your opinion?
My opinion, maybe I'm biased, but I think whoever wins the battle up front is going to win this game. Whether that be in protection, whether it be moving the ball on the ground, I think whoever wins the battle up front on the offensive side of the ball is going to come out victorious.
All right. Well, thanks, Mr. Horsley. That is our Ty Elliott State Farm pregame show. We are expecting kickoff here in a few minutes as they announce the Belgrade Panthers. We'll be back with you here in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. That was Andy Demjanovich and Bert Horsley with the State Farm Insurance pregame show. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty Elliott at State Farm today as you see the Panthers running out of the Panther head right there. That's an awesome shot. We got James Durchak on field cam tonight, and Dusty Maddox is on our box cam. Mr. Andy Hessen is our producer. This is Nate Parsegian, and joining me in the booth here is Andy Demjanovich.
Okay, I'll get you, buddy.
He's talking to his buddy. He's a real social guy here around Belgrade. Some people call him the mayor. So he's on the phone right now chatting it up. As we've had both teams' starting lineups announced and are now getting ready for the coin toss at midfield. And again, this was Andy Hessen's idea with this new perspective on the field cam. Last week we were just a little too close right on the backs of the guys, so this is a bit nicer here. James is right on a pylon. So when whichever team is heading east, going east, we're going to have, the Panthers are going to score east. We'll have a real nice shot of that one. As right now the captains are at midfield for this coin toss. Chilly night here in Belgrade, so we expect good viewers because everyone's going to want to stay home, camp around the fire, and watch this one from home. Hey, you ready to go on this one? That was a nice pregame show.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And, man, you smell a little minty.
Yeah. I went into Jessica Hansen's office before the broadcast, and I took a handful of mints out of that jar. Have you seen those in there?
Yeah, the one you tried to deny me the other day when I was in there. You acted like there was none left, and there was a whole bowl of them.
Here, grab that bag down there. Our producer would like a mint.
We just got to reassure our viewers as we talk, our breaths are minty fresh. And that's a positive.
So right now, as you see captains at midfield, Travis Bagby is in street clothes as he has that meniscus injury and will be out tonight. So punting could be a little, a bit of an adventure here for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, they kind of try to mix it up last week. Brendan took one, and then Dyson took one. It didn't go real well for Dyson punting. They went back to Brendan, and he got consistent over the game. So I expect he'll probably settle in and probably punt pretty well for the Panthers tonight. And after talking to the coaches, it sounds like they have a lot of respect for each other. And looks like Fergus deferred there. So more than likely, Belgrade will probably be receiving, I believe.
Yeah, again, these...
And it looks to me like it could be a great game for, looks like the talent level on both sides of the ball is pretty equal. And at their skill positions and on the offense and defensive line. So we could have a great game tonight.
All right, again, those Panthers at midfield were Strand Knutson, Tommy Whipple, and Ethan Major, along with Travis Bagby, now coming off to the sideline as the Eagles deferred. So the Panthers will get the ball to start this one out. We got snow on the Bridgers here in the distance. Beautiful fall night, a chilly one. It's going to be down in the 30s by the time we get in the second half. So if you're tuned in from home, staying warm, glad you could be here on your Friday night on Panther Live. You saw Dan Chestnut down there ready to get some photos on our field cam.
Yeah, so here we go, waiting for kickoff as the officials get set. Belgrade will receive the football. I was talking in pregame, the first Golden Eagles has a Montana State signee and Tanner Trafton, 6'5" kid for Lewistown. Shows he's having a great year receiving as well. And although Fergus did lose one of their wide receivers, their off wide receiver from Trafton to ACL earlier in the year, which he was a solid receiver as well. And so that kind of hurt him, but even with the athleticism and the ability of Tanner Trafton, he's going to be a key for Belgrade's defense to key in on tonight. And they're well balanced in the backfield as well with the Jamison kid. So here we go, kickoff.
Yeah, underway here, and there was whistles before the kick as Belgrade just kind of stood still. I didn't hear the whistle. I was wondering, oh boy, I hope we're ready to go. We're looking a little flat on this kickoff return right now, but it looks like they're going to back. Offsides? I think it was offsides right there in the kickoff.
Yeah, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty there, and they'll move them back.
So opportunity here for Belgrade to get good field positioning on this opening possession as Major and Page are standing on their own 19-yard line here, moved up as this kickoff will be from the 35-yard line, which is where they kick off at college.
Yeah, and in high school, that's that 5 yards is big, so we'll see what happens here on the kickoff. If they try to squib it or send it deep, you got Easton Page back there and Ethan Major waiting for it, so it could be a big advantage here for Belgrade, and they do boot it.
Yep, here's Page right up the middle, crosses the 30, looking for room on the sideline, cuts back inside, and then a big tackle, and that was the kicker. Although he's not really a kicker, it was the kicker who came out with the tackle. I believe that was number 48, Landon Ferrer. So Panthers will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, so still pretty good field position here for the Panthers to start this one out.
Yeah, so we'll see where Coach Lewis decides to line Easton out of the gate first, and he's going to go empty with Dyson at quarterback.
Here's the give to Page, looking for room on the sideline. It's going to be no gain.
Yeah, and Lewistown's defense is going to key on Easton Page all night and try to force Belgrade to beat him a different way. They're going to be rallying to him, keying on him as well. And Lewistown does a good job to the boundary there of keying on him with the quick jet sweep there to the boundary.
So Panthers break the huddle here on 2nd and 10. Cheney in an empty set. Takes the snap, looks to throw to the sideline. He's got Page. Page now looking to make some moves, gets the first down, and is going to be brought down near midfield, so a good pickup there for the Panthers on 2nd down.
Yeah, and that's a play. Belgrade's done a good job to the field, which is to the wide side of the field, out of their empty set or out of their 3 receiver set. Out of the trips look up top is Easton in the slot, and they run those two verticals. They go to block, and he catches that quick out, and they get him the ball as soon as the ball's snapped. So they do that great job there by getting him the ball quick, like Coach Lewis said in the beginning of the game, and they got him in space right away.
Here's a first down run from Cheney. He's going to be drugged down in the backfield, probably a loss of 1, and there is a flag way in the defensive backfield there. Coach, did you see where that flag was coming in?
Yeah, that's not even the umpire. That's the back judge. Looks like it's going to go on Belgrade as the head referee, which I believe is Mike Bell.
It's going to be holding against the Panthers, so back them up to make it 1st and long here. First possession of this game. And Belgrade will find themselves in a, let's see what Mr. Horsley decides to put on the scoreboard for this 1st and probably about 20. Page comes in motion. Cheney takes the snap, fakes the throw, and he's looking. He's got Major on the sideline, cuts inside as Ethan Major gets back up to the original line of scrimmage. And really, I should say, he faked the little quarterback keeper. What was that play?
Yeah, so they've been known to run with the quarterback with Dyson and Easton Page, and he just shows that he was going to do a quarterback run there. Wildcat set out of the empty, and he fakes that, comes back to his drop, and finds another playmaker for him, Ethan Major. Quick pass. Again, like Coach Lewis said, we want the ball out quick, get into our playmakers quick, and he got a one-on-one there. And Belgrade's done a pretty good job. Not that you want to do this repeatedly, but when they've had big penalties, they've actually responded well to them and getting their yards back. And there they put themselves basically back into a 2nd and 10 situation.
Yeah, a little confusion here out of the huddle. As now Cheney takes the snap, looks to throw, pressured in the backfield, cuts inside. He's going to pick up a couple of yards there. A little bit of a broken play there for the Panthers, a little confusion. But Cheney able to pick up about 4 yards and make this a still 3rd and long, but 3rd and manageable, starting from a 1st and 20.
Yeah, a little confusion out of the gate, and then they were looking for Easton on that quick out again on to the 3-speed side. But he calmly got some pressure too. Up front, he calmly pulled the ball back down and found a little gap to squirm up and get about 4 yards. So it's manageable here for Belgrade here in the 3rd down.
Yeah, ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. Cheney in an empty set.
So we got quads up top now. We got 4 receivers up top.
Takes the snap. He's looking that direction. Steps into the pocket, pressured, and is going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and decision time for Coach Kinnaman. Again, as Travis Bagby is not in this game. And John Mears is going to trot onto the field. Is John Mears going to punt here tonight, or is he a part of this punt coverage formation?
I would imagine he's part of the punt coverage formation, but I'm not sure this week in practice who they elected to punt. And
looks like it's going to be Berman.
Is that?
Yeah, Berman's going to punt this one away.
No, I don't think that's Berman.
Yeah, that's Berman. Yeah.
Is it?
Yep. So Berman rolls out, nearly blocked, and it's going to be fielded here. Is that Trafton
and that's
with
not
room?
Good.
Boy, that dangerous squib kick can go either way, as Trafton was just in the right spot at the right time. He fielded that one and brought it across the midfield, so that's where it will be 1st and 10 for the Eagles' first possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were trying to do there. A little too cute for my taste. I think you just got to get the snap. If you're trying to flip field position, you just need to take the snap and kick it down there deep. And we've been rotating too many punters over the last couple weeks, it looks like, but they must have felt in practice that he's able to do a more of a rugby-style kick. So maybe he'll get comfortable as the game goes on.
Here's Norslian looking for receiver up top. It's complete. Now across into Panthers' red zone and drugged down after a big gain into the Taco Time red zone.
Yeah, they enter the BHS Taco Time red zone. Yeah, and it didn't look like our alignment was good. They go to that too high safety, but they didn't bump out far enough out of their 43. And so that was an easy throw for Fergus. So as you saw, they were in the 43, should have adjusted more to a 42, a six-man box. The outside linebacker needed to split that two-speed a little bit to get a little bit better apex so that he wasn't as wide open. There were just too many in the box there.
Here's Norsley give up the middle to number 23. That is Hunter Larson. Larson was also the recipient to that previous reception. Or actually, was that number 13, Wesley Jamison? I think that was Jamison on that carry, and the play before was to Larson.
Yeah, 13 is their running back, their heavy running back, is Jamison.
Yeah, we were in Lewistown last year for this game, a game won by the Eagles, and that was a name we heard plenty of times, was Jamison. Also saw him on the basketball court as well. Now sending a man in motion. Norsley looking across the middle, and the slant is complete inside the Panther 10-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal.
Yeah, so there we just got the inside shade taken away. You got to make sure if you're...
Crowd mic, sorry there.
Oh,
we're good.
If we're funneling them there. So Fergus has got us on 2 plays there. So Belgrade looks like they're moving a lot in their defense. They got to get settled down against the formation.
Here's a give on the end around. In trouble and drop for a loss. So good play there by the Belgrade defense with a loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 12. You got a shout out to a listener you want to mention or what?
Yeah, we got Mark Fearback listening, a good friend. He's out from Seattle, actually. He's a big Seattle Seahawk fan, but he's out in Hawaii right now doing some work. So he's tuning in all the way from Hawaii.
Awesome. From Hawaii. We've got 88 viewers right now. Thanks for tuning in tonight. The Eagles have a 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. We'll call it actually about the 13 as Norsley takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's in trouble now running up the middle. He's got a lane to the end zone, and he's in for the Eagles touchdown.
Yeah, so Norseland's showing not only that he can throw the ball, but he's got some athleticism. And there he just gets up in the pocket, moves up in the pocket. Anytime a defensive lineman, you see the quarterback start to step, you can never let the quarterback get past your defensive lineman's shoulders. You can never be parallel to him. If he's parallel, you got to redirect and squat and sit and try to let him sack himself. But there we got too far up in the rush lanes, and then the backers dropped, and then by that time he got that full steam ahead, and it's tough to stop a kid who's running full speed at 4 yards in the backfield and try to adjust.
The extra point, the Town & Country Foods extra point is up and good, making the score now Eagles 7, Panthers 0. Let's go ahead and step aside and recognize some of our sponsors that make Panther Live possible.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town & Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
All right, we are back ready for this kickoff as the Eagles take the early 7-0 lead. On that QB keeper right up the middle.
Also want to give a shout out to one of our former players, Trey Mounts, who was all-state wide receiver for us. So he's got a big game tomorrow. He's playing for Western, which is over in Western College over in Dillon. They have a big game against Montana Tech. That's I think that's their 100th meeting between those two schools. So a big rivalry game there. They're both ranked in the top 25. So if you want to head out to Dillon tomorrow, that'd be a great time to go see some good football.
Here looking for the reverse on the kickoff. And sorry, we're on the field cam as we got to check this out. Looking to go. This could be a return for a touchdown all the way. I believe that is Major on the reverse. Sorry, we were on the field cam before. Let's get a little bit of this replay.
And that's outstanding. That's what we were talking about last week, and I think last week kind of set it up.
There's a flag on the play. Now he lets it go. Took a big shot. He's got a man open. And it is dropped. Oh, it was there for the touchdown.
But we talked about Easton Page, one of the top playmakers in the state, and they're really keen on him. And as you look to the backside, if the backside's coming over across the middle of the field and they get too far out of their lanes, that's a time where you give the reverse. And that time they gave the reverse up to Ethan Major, who's another big playmaker, and he shows his speed there.
There it is.
He ties up the game.
All the way.
So great job by Belgrade special teams. Anytime you can get a big play like that on special teams to help your offense and defense, that's a huge momentum to come back against Lewistown, because Lewistown was, I think, pretty excited that they came out and just kind of dominated on that first offensive session and offensive series. And Belgrade comes right back, ties the game. And what that allows you to do now is to also settle in on your defense and offense emotionally, to say, hey, we're right back in this game. Let's settle in. We're just as good. And that's what Belgrade did there. So great play by Belgrade's special teams there.
Yeah, John Mears adds the Town and Country Foods extra point. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay one time, because we screwed that up. But here it is, Major on the reverse on the kickoff return all the way to the house.
I believe that is Major on the reverse. Sorry, we were on the field cam before. Let's get a little
back in it, as we are ready now. Sorry, and John Mears, if you go back and watch this replay, I apologize. We missed your extra point here. The Town and Country Foods extra point while we were messing around with our replay. But also we caught a little action of the powder puff we had last week, and also some replays from Building Central. So we can't say that Panther Live is a fine-tuned machine right now. Usually the first quarter we're kind of working through some kinks that we screwed up last week. And then
hey, you do a lot of work. I'm not saying anything.
Well, that right there
is no judgment from me.
And John Mears will get ready to kick this one off. Those views you see from the field cam is Belgrade student James Durchak, who's helping out. He's out there in the cold, no gloves or anything, as Mears is ready to kick this one off. It's going to be a squib kick. It's going to be fielded here by the Eagles up across the 30-yard line and then down to about the 36 or 37. Really a pretty good return there.
Yeah, so Belgrade comes back out on defense, see if they can get a little bit of redemption, and see if they can't kind of correct some of their alignment and to help themselves get some stops here.
All right, so Eagles back out for their second possession here. Looking to throw, Norsley under pressure. He gets it off, and it's complete. And now inside Panther territory with that catch was number 8, Jacob Clinton, with the big reception and gain.
Yeah, another big gap there in the Panther defense. And we're going to have to make some alignment adjustments there to help each other out. They got to kind of communicate more, get aligned correctly as well.
So 1st and 10 here. Eagles knocking on the door. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Norsleyan. Looking for blocks here on the right side. And he is just outside now of the Taco Time red zone, where it will be 2nd down and about 6 for the Eagles.
Yeah, so Fergus's offense doesn't miss a beat after Belgrade actually quick strikes on special teams to tie the game. They come right back out, and they find a couple holes in the Belgrade defense, and then they too use their quarterback run there for a nice little gain. We'll see if Belgrade can get a stop here, getting closer to the red zone.
Now here is that Jamison right up the middle, loses his footing for a moment, gets up about a yard or two, so it's going to be 3rd down.
So just short. Oh, he's signaling 1st down.
Yep, 1st down right there on the 25-yard line. So the Eagles have entered the Taco Time red zone here with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tie ball game 7-7. As Norsleyan will now be in shotgun with Jamison to his right. He's got 3 receivers to his left and a single receiver to his right. Looking now to the field side. Throwing towards the end zone, it's going to be incomplete, intended for Trafton, with Major on the coverage.
Yeah, he had Trafton in a one-on-one. He is actually stacked over the top of Ethan Major there, so they had 3 speeds. The 2 inside receivers did a clear-out crossing routes to give Trafton a one-on-one, so they funneled the 2 and 3 speed to the inside to give Trafton a one-on-one, and Norsleyan just couldn't quite connect. He had him. Trafton got over the top there of Ethan there. And they're going to come back to that eventually.
2nd and 10, whistles here before the play. And it looks to be some sort of an equipment issue for the Eagles' Hunter Larson.
Yeah, so the head official sends him out of the game, and they'll need a substitution.
Yeah, didn't like the hand warmer on his backside.
Yeah,
or
it probably was not staying on, so they won't take a timeout. They just got to get him off the field.
All right, so 2nd and 10 here. Eagles with a wing here on the right side. Now sending a man in motion. Fakes the give. Under pressure, Norselian finds a receiver open all the way down to about the 10 or the 11-yard line. That was completed by Graydon Sanders on the catch.
Yeah, tight end there, play for him. As you can see, they have the twins up top with the tight end on the bottom of the formation. They fake the jet sweep to the bottom of the formation to the tight side of the run side. Play action, they kind of half roll, quarter roll to the field, and they hit the tight end coming across on the drag from the back side. And they have to kind of talk that crosser across the field and get him hit up.
So here's the jet sweep now to the other side of the field, and looking to shake a few tacklers before being drugged down inside the 10-yard line was Colin Corners. Or, excuse me, that's well, I got to read my it's Colin Combs, I believe. We got to get the font bigger on these programs here. It's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 7-yard line.
And as those receivers are coming across the field, we got to get our hands on them. I know you can't. In high school, you can touch guys all you want to that ball's in the air. There's no 5-yard rule like the NFL. So linebackers, as the crossers are coming across the field, you got to jam those guys up.
Here's Norselian, keeper himself. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of a yard or two. So now a big 3rd and goal coming up for the Eagles.
Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, big play here for Belgrade. Be a huge stop of bend but don't break on the defensive side. They gave up a touchdown on their first possession, and on this second series, Lewistown has marched right down the field. And so Belgrade kind of moving around, Nate, but nonetheless, Fergus is going to take a timeout there.
All right, so while we're on this timeout, let's go ahead and once again recognize some of the sponsors that make Panther Live possible. High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Eagles come out in shotgun, three receivers to the field side, sending Trafton in motion. But that wasn't Trafton, excuse me. Here's the give to Jamison. No, fake to Jamison. Looking to the end zone and at the goal line and in for the touchdown. Let's go ahead and see that one more time. Sending Trafton in motion. But that wasn't Trafton, excuse me. Here's the give to Jamison. No, fake to Jamison. Norsley rolls looking to the end zone. Finds his and at the goal line and in for the touchdown. For the touchdown. You want to see that one more time? Side sending Trafton in motion.
The motions, the linebacker there bumps in.
Here's the give to Jamison.
The
no, fake to
linebacker
Jamison.
comes too far
looking to
across
the end
the field
zone
because
and at the goal line
if
and
you
in
see
for
the
the
outside
touchdown.
linebacker, the outside linebacker bit on the run, and he actually crossed midline of the A gap, and he actually got blocked, and so now the receiver came across the field, came up through the line, and he was wide open because the outside linebacker crossed backside A gap. Bit on the play action fake, so that's a big play. You got to be solid in your reads. You got to key your reads heavily, and when you're the outside linebacker, you can't chase over the top like that. You are now what we call our Terry player, who's the trailer. And you gotta trail and fold down the line of scrimmage flatter, and you got to be looking for anything coming back across to you. And he was able to slip across the backside linebacker.
All right, let's go ahead and step aside and thank another one of our sponsors. We'll be back with the kickoff.
You just hit the mother load. At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5 Alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
So Eagles lead it now 14-7 in the first quarter. So we're ready to kick this one off. Panthers last time returned it all the way for a touchdown with a little trickeration. We'll see if Toby Robinson has another one under his sleeve here, as this time it's going to be a squib kick short, fielded by, I believe, John Mears, right about the 40-yard line. The pile falls forward to about the 42, where the Panthers will take over with good field positioning. That was John Mears there as he hands the ball back to the official.
Yeah, Belgrade's just got to get settled down defensively, get their formation alignment, and settle down in their reads a little bit. As we can see, though, you got to give Lewistown credit. They got some athletes on the field, and they've done a good job of using their different formations to get their athletes the ball.
Here's Cheney, looks to throw. He's got Page. It's complete across midfield. This is where Page is dangerous, and he's all the way down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. Big pickup there on first down, and right away moved the sticks into Eagle territory.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks ago, we had one of our viewers on an airplane watching. And now, like we said, we got a buddy of mine, Mark Feuerbach, over in Honolulu, and he want to make sure that everybody knows we got Panther fans even over in Hawaii. So we're thankful for all our fans who patch in.
Here's Cheney, keeper up the middle. Pick up a good yardage there on first down. It's going to be second and short. Here's your buddy in Honolulu. No, it's going to be about 34 tonight when we close this one out in the fourth.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 degrees here, and he's over by the pool. About 75, 80.
Tommy Whipple here runs the play in for the Panthers as they're now at the 35-yard line of the Eagles for a second and short.
Yeah, the way the game's going here, I think this could be 2-down territory after the way they punted last time.
Here's Page. He's got the first down and more. Page all the way inside the red zone. That's the Taco Time red zone. Easton Page gives the Panthers a first down. You see that 2:38 to go here first quarter. Here on the James Durchak field cam. 1st and 10. Cheney sends Page into a wing position, takes the snap, fakes the keeper, looks to throw on the other side. It is complete to Page. He picks up another 5 or 6 yards or so. We'll make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, so Page got the first down off that inside give. Nice little run and patience inside, and there they show a quarterback run fake again. The downside of that quarterback run fake, though, is if they do get some pressure, it takes a few seconds for Dyson to get turned around and get set. So they're going to have to make sure that they continue to keep the pressure off him in that play.
Cheney now keeps it himself. He's hit hard. He might have picked up a couple of yards before that big shot.
Yeah, referee's giving him a couple yards pressure off him in progress there, so it looks like it's going to be about third.
Keeps it himself. He's hit hard.
Yeah, as you see, he
might have picked up a couple of yards before that big shot.
Yeah.
Got the replay cam tonight when we can figure it out. Bunch of new high-tech software here on Panther Live. I want to thank all our fans from Lewistown that are tuned in. I think we got a good viewership from our rivals up there. They didn't want to make the long trip tonight. Thanks for being here. As now Easton Page is in at quarterback on third down. It's a keeper up the middle. He's hit hard as well. And I'm not sure if he's going to have the yard to gain. It's going to be close.
The official at top is on the line or just past the line, but they're signaling fourth down. Boy,
it's
it looks
right
like
on
should be a measurement here. It's a little bit weird. Last week we were a little befuddled because it didn't look like Billings Central had the first down, but here look at where that ball's placed.
Where I'm looking at where the line of scrimmage was just across the 35. So I think this is right. It's under a yard to go here, fourth down, as Page, this is actually Cheney now under center, and whistles here. We're going to have a timeout taken by Belgrade. So I think they were going to try to get the QB keeper for less than a yard. We'll call it third and inches here. Or excuse me, fourth and inches, I should say. Hey, and now we got Belgrade basketball coach Mike Deming in here looking for some mints. Coach, we would love to have you come on the broadcast and talk.
We'll give you a mint if you...
Yeah, I'm in. Because, there's a lot of Lewistown fans listening in right now. Absolutely. And they want to talk basketball as well.
When are we doing that?
We're going to do that... We'll jump on that one. How about at the end of the first quarter here? All right. So we're going to hear from Belgrade basketball coach Mike Deming. Getting ready for another basketball season. A couple of great games last year with Fergus.
Yeah, so Belgrade maybe potentially trying to get under center and draw someone off sides, and if they don't jump, quick quarterback sneak. But we go back to our normal formation. So let's see what happens.
Now Cheney, he's going to go under center again. Sends Page in motion. Give is to Page. Jet sweep. Cuts inside. He's got the first down and more. Page falls forward inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Panthers.
So nice advantage there. We haven't taken many snaps under center, so if you haven't done that all year, you kind of go, well, hopefully you don't fumble, but it looks like they kind of practiced that and got under the center snaps in practice this week, and what that does is you see Lewistown brought a lot of guys up to the line. If you can break that first barrier, we got it to Easton Page, one of our playmakers. When you can break that first level with that many guys on the line of scrimmage, you have the opportunity to get some yards in there. He broke it open for the first down.
Hey, we've got Mike Deming now as we're at the end of the first quarter. Panthers trail at 14-7. Let's stay right here as Belgrade basketball coach Mike Deming's here. Hey, you got a bunch of Lewistown listeners on the broadcast tonight, so I want to talk about, you're getting ready for the season. How you feel about your team getting ready for this year?
Well, first of all, from Fergus County, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening, and hopefully they've enjoyed Jack's Hangar and enjoyed the benefits of that. And we always have a great time coming down to Lewistown and going to Jack's Hangar and enjoying some ice cream, and they do a tremendous job. So, but basketball season, we just started some open gyms, and we're just starting to get going a little bit, and it's going to take some time for these younger guys to get going, but basketball's around the corner. We're excited.
All right, so big question for you. We see out on the game tonight, we've got Jamison, Norsleyan, of course Tanner Trafton, and is Jaden Graham? He's still around, isn't he? How are you going to guard these guys?
Yeah, they're very tall and athletic. Jaden's a tremendous player. He's already signed with college, but Tanner Trafton's the real deal. To come out here and to be an all-state football player and then turn around and be an all-state basketball player, and he's a great, great young man. I can't speak enough about him. He's a tremendous athlete and a tremendous young man. He represents Lewistown in a positive way, and I'm excited for him. But the Jamison kid, a tremendous running back, but also a very aggressive basketball player.
First play of the second quarter, we have flags on it. Stay with us here.
Looks like center didn't snap the ball in time, and everybody left except the center. So, but
yeah, Coach, stay with us here until the Panthers finish out this drive. But we'd love to have you on the call. You used to call softball for us. Where you been all fall?
Well, it's been a busy fall.
Well, you walk off winning a state title like that when your daughter's playing. You don't come back. He was on vacation. He was at the pool all summer. He was golfing. He was fishing.
Man.
He walked off into the sunset.
Man, in my house, everything came down this summer was she always said, "Hey, I'm back-to-back state champs."
I got 2, Dad. How many you got?
Here's Cheney. Looking to throw outside. It's going to be batted down. So we'll now bring up second down and goal from the 12-yard line.
Depending what happens here, because, Lewistown showed, their offense is actually fairly solid, 14-7. Is this 4-down territory early in the game, or are you a points guy, get points?
No, I'm going for it on fourth. We're inside it. We have a very good field goal kicker, but I think they're moving it efficiently, but so are we. And so this has been, I think the defense is going to have to establish themselves sometimes in the second half. Sounds like a lot like basketball.
All right, so here we go. Second and goal. Cheney in an empty set. Takes the snap, looks to throw, looking towards the end zone, on its way in the corner, and it's complete for a touchdown.
So if you give me the replay here, that's
second and goal. Up here it is. Cheney in an empty set.
Crossing route, basically a pick
Takes
play
the
here.
Snap, looks
pick and
to
rub
throw,
play for Easton.
Looking towards the end zone,
man coverage.
on its way in the corner.
Anytime you see man coverage on the goal line, you want to go pick route, and that's exactly what Coach Lewis does, and he's able to rub his guy off. It's hard for that inside slot guy to play man coverage that far to the outside of the field, and Dyson Cheney throws a nice teardrop over the top to Easton Page as he waits for that ball to come in, and he scores.
The extra point is good. Town and Country Foods extra point from John Mears is good. Ties the ball game 14-14. Let's take one more look. Replay of that touchdown. And here it is right now in the corner of the end zone. Cheney, we almost didn't get it on our camera. And there it is. Page with another touchdown on the year. Ties the ball game up.
So that's just good recognition of knowing the coverage and what to run down in the red zone against certain coverages, and then that's a common theme.
Yeah, that play looked a lot like a couple years ago in 2000 and I think it was 2014, 2015. That Kobe Ruff, that Easton Page and Kobe Ruff looked very similar down there running around those routes, very fast, agile, can catch everything. So a little similarity to Kobe back in the day.
Kobe, a great athlete for us, both you and I, when we coached football and basketball, all-state basketball, all-state football. He's just a great athlete. He's playing football over at Rocky now, and he's got a great motor.
Great motor. Those are the guys that, you can say a lot of things about people that are skill sets, but whenever guys have multi-efforts and hard energy and high level of intensity, you can't go wrong with those types of guys. And so it's a good rebound back right there to tie the ball game up at 14.
Yeah, that's huge. Belgrade doing a great job responding on offense, but also that special teams play. Anytime we get a special teams play like that, that's huge. And now, like you said, we gotta just buckle up defensively. If we get a couple stops, I think our offense has the ability to potentially maybe get a lead or pull away at some point.
So now ready to kick this one off. John Mears had the extra point to tie it up now, just 9 seconds into the second quarter, I should say, as Mears gets a good foot into this one over the head of the returner. Boy, it would have been nice if it would have stopped right there for the Panthers, but it goes into the end zone, so it will be a touchback.
Yeah, a little bit different than the first early two where he kind of drove that one into the ground a little bit. I don't know if he meant to squib it or if it was a squib call, but that one he shows his leg, as John Mears we know, and Coach Deming, you talked about he's a great kicker, but I think Belgrade has just been in positions where we've had to come away with touchdowns versus field goals. So it's not that Belgrade doesn't want to use them. It's just been situational. But it's always nice to know you have a guy like that.
Absolutely, you can come in and knock down some field goals.
Was it
and
a
get
freshman, right, when he won a playoff game for us?
Yeah, he made a big kick.
All right, so now Lewistown back here on offense. Norsleyan looks to pitch it to Jamison. Looking for room, hops over one, and then is taken down after a good gain there. And I believe it was Jamison there on that carry.
Yeah, it's going to be at some point the defense is going to have to get a stop, make a punt, see if we can't get the ball back. I think it's going to come down to that. But so far, we haven't seen either side to prevent the other side from moving the ball. So it's going to be some good defense here.
All right, so second down now. Norsleyan takes the snap. Give us to Jamison again. This time not as much room as he's tackled there. Riley Berman.
Nice job. Much better rally into the ball there for Belgrade, and guys coming a little bit harder puts Lewistown there in a third down situation. And so we'll see if we can come away. We'll see what the play call is. What are the chances they're probably going to maybe play action or pass here. They've had a lot of success on the pass end.
Well, wide side of the field is the right side, so we'll see if they go wide side of the field to play.
We got Trafton here at the bottom of the corner, the short side.
Norsleyan here, hard count, takes the snap, looks to throw over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down.
So good pressure there by Belgrade, and Norseland wasn't quite able to get that ball over the top to his receiver. So great job there by Belgrade, great coverage and great pressure on the quarterback, and puts Fergus finally in a position to punt. So good job there by the Belgrade defense to get a stop.
I think there's a big highlight. Belgrade's been known to have some special teams back when you Coach D, and I think that's a big part of the team this year, has been able to get some good returns on some special teams. So we'll see what Lewistown does, if they're going to kick it to Easton or what they're going to do.
All right, back here to punt for the Eagles. Punt is on the way. It's going to go to
Mounts, I believe.
Yeah, is that Mounts there or Blossom?
It should be Mounts.
Yeah.
Blossom's number 2, so I believe that was Mounts number 13.
Yep, that was Mounts there. Gets it across midfield.
Last week I was calling him Tate Bowler because they both got the white sleeves and the white shirts. They're dressed the exact same
cool
way.
Look. That is definitely the cool look now.
Yeah, wow. and the both sophomores, so I understand why you could make a mistake on that.
They're buddies.
1st and 10 across midfield here. Belgrade gets the stop on D that they were looking for.
Got a 4x1 now. Got quads up top out of the empty.
Cheney takes the snap, looks to throw. He loses the handle. They're going to call it tipped incomplete.
So, yeah, Belgrade got what they wanted. They got quads, and they went all vertical game there, just trying to split the defense, and you try to find the gaps on your vertical game, and they had Easton Page one-on-one on the bottom, and he was going to chuck that and see what Easton Page could do. So we'll see if Fergus just continues to play one-on-one of that backside with Easton if they're comfortable. But it's probably their best DB there. I believe Hunter Larson is down there playing cover 1 inside shade.
Here Cheney finds Page on the sideline. He cuts inside to make one miss. Inside the 40 and a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, so you get a one-on-one with that, and I think if they continue to do that, Coach Lewis is going to continue to throw those quick throws. He's going to make him come up and try to press him, and if he does, that could be also crucial, because if he gets away from you without having over-the-top help, he's going to get a one-on-one wide open. So let's see what Lewistown does here to defend their receivers, if they're going to press or still play off.
1st and 10. Cheney again in an empty set. Looks to throw. Flushed out. Looking. Now he could go. He's going to get it on the sideline here to Whipple all the way across the field. It's going to be near first down yardage, at least 2nd and short.
That would be Gabe Lynn, number 3.
Was that Lynn? No, that was Whipple.
Is it?
Great job by Whipple to come back to the ball and continue to work. I'm curious to see what Lewistown's going to do with Trafton. They've been putting Easton on the opposite side of Trafton. Trafton's an incredible player, and we're doing a good job of getting Easton away from Tanner. And so we'll see what Lewistown does, at least the second half, if there's any adjustments, if they're going to match him up with Easton the rest of the way, or if they keep him on that one right side.
And I really like Dyson Cheney's patience. They're very calm in the pocket. Stop in the pocket, looked to throw once, twice, wasn't there, rolled out, and found his receiver again.
Here's Cheney and the keeper up the middle. Picks up a couple. It's going to be good for a first down in to the Taco Time red zone.
Had lunch with Bill today down at Taco Time.
And I tell you, those are the best tacos ever. I go back to when I was calling softball, and it's
one of our former coaches, Matt Hollowell. He's coaching over at West High now. The Bears are ranked number 2 in the state, going to play Helena Capital. He's got a great defense over there. He's had 2 or 3 kids just sign. Coach Choate was over there signing 2 or 3 of their kids over from West High to the Cats.
So now 1st and 10. Cheney fakes it and keeps it up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe just a yard or 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Coach Choate mentioned that he was going to go to the Bozeman Helena High game tonight. I'm guessing there's probably a Bobcat here in the stands watching the game, especially with the signing of Tanner. But I also saw some Bobcat coaches walking the halls today, so they definitely were making a showing at Belgrade High School today. It was nice to see the Bobcats in the house.
I think the Cats are on a bye, aren't they?
Yes, they're on a bye this week. Coach Brian Armstrong, O-coordinator, was came down and talked to me today and kind of gave me the update of how they're doing on the offensive side of the ball with the Cats and the Big Sky and who they're kind of looking at as far as football.
Page gives to Major. Major taking tacklers all the way down to the 11-yard line.
And that's another nice bounce back when you're trying to get Easton and trying to spread teams out. All of a sudden, it's nice to come back to Ethan Major out of the zone, basic zone play, And he shows there just like how well he ran on that special teams play when he ran it back for a touchdown. He's a good runner, and he shows it right there.
He's put a lot of time in the offseason to work hard to get better, and with some senior leadership, these seniors are doing a great job. They put some time in. We saw him out and about all summer, and it was nice to see that.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 here. Belgrade on the 11-yard line, looking to take their first lead of the night.
He's got another potential timeout. And it is.
Yeah, we got a time. It's tough to get to commercials when Mike Deming's up in the booth, but we got to do it because we got sponsors that pay to be on here. So let's go ahead and kick it to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
Do it overnight. Okay, I got you. I just didn't tell him that. So yeah. Jack's here. You can stay all night.
All right, here we go. 1st down and a 10 from the 11-yard line. Cheney takes the snap, looking to throw, looking in the end zone, throws over the middle, in trouble, nearly picked, intended for Gabe Lynn. Dangerous pass there for the Panthers. Let's take a look at, we just missed it here on the sideline. Came on to get Dan Chesnut there on the pylon, getting good info for the Belgrade Daily News. 2nd down and 10. There you see up close, Cheney breaks the huddle. Panthers come to the line once again. Cheney all by himself in the backfield. Seen a lot of that tonight. Takes the snap. This is a keeper all the way on the left side, and he's going to be tackled around the head. No call there for a face mask or a horse collar or anything, but a good tackle there by the Lewistown defender. It's going to make it 3rd down and long. And, we had mentioned before in the last drive, Panthers trailing by 7. That was probably 4 down. But now with 3rd and long here, this could be a John Mears field goal situation if the Panthers are unable to pick up the 12 yards. Split way down here is Tate Bowler. Cheney looking for him in the end zone. And across the middle, incomplete. Boy, Bowler had his hands on it but was unable to take it in. So it's going to be 4th down and 10. And it looks like the Panthers will send out the field goal unit.
Yeah, like you said, they got pushed back too far to the point where you don't want to risk it.
This will be a 28-yard attempt for John Mears from the left hash. Gabe Lynn will hold. Snap is down. Nope. Misplacement there. Lynn keeping it on his own, looking to the end zone. Lynn cuts inside. He's got a chance. Still on his feet. Let's see what he got. He's in
for the touchdown, Belgrade!
Boy, a broken play. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't get disappointed, but we don't have the replay because I ran out of disk space. I'm going to free that up at halftime, okay? But you'll have to rewind your YouTube to catch that one. We can see that one right here, though, on my iPhone replay as Gabe Lynn makes something out of nothing, gets all the way into the end zone.
Wow.
That's fire, right? We call that?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a huge play. Belgrade special teams coming up again, even in a worse situation. You kind of practice those broken plays, and you get your calls and you try to make do. And there, Belgrade does just that.
Not happy with the aiding the runner down there. Not happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There was whistles before the field, the extra point.
Yeah, and
the Lewistown coach out on the field unhappy with.
He's trying to understand what's going on there, and Coach Feller not happy with maybe potentially aiding the runner. But again, the Belgrade Panthers make something out of nothing, and they do it on special teams. So special teams is going to account for two scores, as maybe we can update our score here. 2 scores.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Yep. Oh, yeah, we'll fix the clock. The clock's not running on the PAT. Don't worry. Here's John Mears for the Town and Country Foods extra point. Got a chance at a practice snap that didn't go well before, but Gabe Lynn turned it into 6 points. We'll see if we can execute this one here, as the referees are still saying, hang on. We got to figure out what's going on here. 11 on your side, 11 on yours. All right, now we're ready to go. Snap is down this time. Mears' kick is on the way, and it is good. Right. So Panthers now lead at 21-14. You mentioned you had lunch at Taco Time. Let's go ahead and hear what Taco Time's got now.
You just hit the mother load. At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5 Alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Dude, James sometimes loses it a little bit. You guys want a Gatorade?
All right, chaos here at commercial breaks on Panther Live. Sorry if you have to hear any of that when we come back. But 7:22 to go here till halftime. Panthers trailing all through the first half, take their first lead of the night. Now leading this one 21-14. Coach, what's going on the old Twitter wire there? You're getting some updates or something. John Mears kicks this one off.
Yeah, we got superintendent over from Three Forks tuning in, Jeff Elliott, who's the former principal actually over at Lewistown for a little bit. So he's tuning in because he knows a lot of these Lewistown kids, as he had them as their principal in high school over there.
Hey, you can't mention Three Forks Athletics without mentioning Three Forks legend, golfer, basketball player, Andy Hessen here, our producer tonight.
Yeah, he's in the booth with us doing great work. We missed him at Big Sky Bravery this year, but nonetheless, he's a great golfer, great golf coach, great counselor.
And a great producer. So here we go, Eagles with the ball now. Jamison up the middle. Takes tacklers with him as he picks up about 7 yards. Good gain there on first down for the Eagles.
Not great at starting the score clock.
Yeah, that's Andy Hessen you hear there. He's got 3 screens in front of him right now and 2 keyboards. So he's doing a good job for us here tonight. 6:45 to go here till halftime.
Well, it looks like it might be a shootout here, fellas. Belgrade did get a stop on the last possession, so we'll see if they can get one here on this possession with 6:30 to go. See if we can't maybe get another score before half.
Here looking for room on the sideline, Norslian. He's going to have near a first down. Let's see if they give it to him.
No, it's short. I look at both officials. He's going to be short there. Belgrade has done a good job on that quarterback run, as they see it quite a bit in practice. So they know what it looks like, how it's coming. They, might have pretty good run fits against that play, and they show it there. So 3rd and short.
Here in tight for the 3rd and 1. Norslian keeps it right up the middle. He's going to have first down yardage up across his own 40-yard line. Now under 6 minutes to play here until halftime. Belgrade defense has come out stronger tonight than what we saw 2 weeks ago at Laurel and last week against Billings Central. So far a good showing from this Belgrade defense.
And I think Billings, they didn't do too bad coming out against them. I think they were in good positions at times against Billings, but they just couldn't corral the runners sometimes when they did do well. It was 2 effects. But they're doing a much better job here in the second quarter.
Here Norslian finds Jamison. He's going to be brought down by 3 Belgrade defenders. Major was in there on that one, as well as John Mears and Cage. Picks up a first down across midfield.
Ryan Cage on the tackle.
As Lewistown here comes out of the huddle, they'll have 2 receivers to each side. Norsley in a shotgun with Jamison to his right. Taking the snap, looking to throw. It's out to Jamison out of the backfield. Jamison gets first down yardage and is going to be run out of bounds. So a couple of big plays to Jamison gets the Eagles right down here into Panther territory.
Yeah, both teams with 1 timeout left. Is that correct?
Let me balance those up.
Yeah, I believe it is one timeout each. 5 minutes to go here till halftime. Norslian takes the snap, gives to Jamison. Jamison looking to make a couple guys miss, bounces it out towards the sideline. It's going to be taken down after a pickup of about 7 or 8 yards as he enters the Taco Time red zone.
Yeah, Jamison's showing why he's already a 1,100-yard rusher this season.
Already, really?
So, well, I should say maybe not himself because the coach said they do have 1,100 yards rushing as a running back, but he's probably got most of those yards. He shows right there why he's a good quality running back.
Here Norslian fakes the throw, give up the middle, and getting into the end zone for the touchdown for the Eagles. That was number 14, Talon Arndt.
And just like that, it's tied right back up. So, fellas, 21-21 here, or 20-21, probably going to 21, but 4:48 here to go in the half. It looks like it could be a shootout. So we'll see.
Yeah, we don't have the replay, as at halftime I got to make some adjustments on our hard drive here to allow for some more room on the replay. So you'll have to rewind your YouTube to see that touchdown for the Eagles. Arndt got in there on the run right up the middle for a gain of about 19 and a touchdown with 4:48 to go till halftime. Now the Town and Country Foods extra point is going to be delayed here by flags on the play.
Offsides by Belgrade trying to come after that kick. So does this adjust for Lewistown to maybe go for 2, or I guess you only get half the distance there from 3 to 1.5, but I think they're going to go ahead and probably kick this extra point.
Can tell you from a kicker standpoint, if you're not going to go for 2 here and just going to kick it, a lot of times this penalty is declined just to stay within your rhythm of that 20-yard extra point right on the 10-yard line. Instead, we're going to have a timeout taken by the Eagles. I guess they want to talk about if they want to try to go for the 2-pointer here now that they're at the 1.5-yard line. And during this timeout, let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors that make Panther Live possible. High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office. So you hear a good crowd on hand tonight at Belgrade High School. Last week was homecoming, and not quite as many festivities here tonight, but still a great crowd as we are now ready for this. It's going to be muddle. What is this? This is a trickeration play. Call this a muddle huddle of sorts. Belgrade does have 1 timeout remaining if they want to talk over how they want to defend this one, as Norslian fakes the give. It's going to be to Jamison, and he's going to get in for 2.
So they faked. It's really not a fake. It's forming a swinging gate, so it's all about leverage. And Trafton was in the backfield, and we see how you can use that snap right there, and it's a quick snap, and you got to get up right now on it when it's the 3 on the weak side there. And if you haven't practiced that, or if they haven't shown that on film, that's tough to adjust. You got to adjust on the fly and just make sure that you got equal numbers on the equal parts of where they're aligned. And Belgrade can't quite get the stop there, and he walks in and takes the lead. So we'll see how big a point that is. I'm not sure if that's going to be a huge point later in the game. It depends, obviously, who's going to get a first stop here on the defensive side somehow. But a huge momentum play there for Fergus, at least mentally.
Right. So with that, the Eagles now back on top by 1. 4:48 to go here till halftime. Panthers have been electric on special teams. Their first touchdown of the night was a reverse on the kickoff return that Major took in for a touchdown. And back to receive this once again is Easton Page and Ethan Major. At halftime, we're going to have the little guys out here playing football, so make sure you stay with us for our halftime show.
Yeah, we see them lining up over there in the corner of the field, as you can see on our cam. I bet you they're pretty excited to come out and play.
So we're back underway. It's a squib kick headed toward the Belgrade sideline. It is fielded here by Blossom, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down.
Yeah, when you get in those positions, squibbing it short like that, you got to make a quick decision. You can't dance. You got to get your head down and just try to get upfield best possible. As soon as you dance, too many guys can run into the ball because it's fielded so short and kicked so short, so the coverage gets there fairly quick. So you got to grab and go and make a decision. And then if you're able to break out in a little bit of open space, then you can kind of make a move. So Belgrade's got one timeout, though. Plenty of time, though, with Belgrade's offense. They've seen over the last few weeks in the season that they can score fairly quickly. They can be a big, quick strike team.
So Panthers right now in the huddle, looking to the sideline, as it looks like running in the play is going to be Cheney. Coming out, he'll be again in an empty set. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Sends Major in motion. Give is to Major on the sweep. He cuts back inside. He's going to pick up just about 2 yards up to the 30-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 8.
Mason Harrison on the tackle.
Clock running now at 4:22 to go. Again, the score here, 22-21, after the Eagles opted to go for the 2-point conversion. And a flag now before we can get started. Is that a substitution penalty against the Panthers?
Oh.
It's going to back this one up here. 5 yards, so instead of 2nd down and 8, it'll be 2nd down and 13. As now Gabe Lynn will run the play in from the sideline for the Panthers. Lynn had a touchdown tonight from the holder position on a fire call. I've never seen a fire call successful. This is the first time I've ever seen that.
Usually it's a mess at all. Usually it's a mess at all levels, including college and pro, and that guy usually gets lit up. But it's a huge play for the Panthers, as you can see the score here.
Pass to Page there on the sidelines. Incomplete. One hops it to him. It's going to be 3rd down and long now.
Yeah, the problem with that penalty is Belgrade's on their own 20 with 13 to go. They have only 1 timeout, but the clock stops there from the incomplete pass. But this also, and they're probably got a throw here, so if it's incomplete, it gives Fergus another chance before half, even though they don't have any timeouts to maybe do something with it.
Cheney looks to the sideline. Coach Lewis maybe changing things up.
He's playing Madden football down there. He's looking at there, yelling out his audibles.
Takes the snap now. Looks to throw across the middle. He's got a man. Incomplete. And hit over the middle is Major. No flag on the play. So it will be 4th down, and the Panthers are going to have to punt. As Ethan Major was screaming right across the middle there, would have had a first down and more if he would have caught that one in stride, but it was just beyond his reach. And then a good, solid hit there from the safety.
If it just was a little bit shorter and hit him more on the chest and stride, he could have braced for that hit too.
Right.
Caught it and braced for the hit, but he was late just a little too much.
Here, Berman will punt away. This time it's a straightaway kick. Bounces once at the 50 and then takes a good Belgrade roll down to the 41-yard line where Lewistown will start out. First and 10.
Clarkson's not going to punt at all. They go right away with Berman both times or a couple times here, so they must have got that changed in practice.
Let's step aside for a quick break.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surrounding.
All right, back on a quick TV timeout there as Norselian gives it here around the edge, looking for room on the Lewistown sideline and taken down after a good pickup. That was number 8, Jacob Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton, another solid athlete and basketball player for Lewistown. They've had a lot of success using their athletes and crossover into football.
First and 10 across midfield.
So they just couldn't contain off that jet sweep as we saw in the replay there. You really got to set the edge on that, and Lewistown does a good job of reaching our D end on that.
Norselian now with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Jamison with him in the backfield. Looking to throw. It's a deep ball. Defended well by the Panthers. Brady Mounts, that was Berman on the coverage.
Yeah, Berman actually does a great job. Gets over right in the receiver's hip pocket, and then it ends up stacking on top, and that receiver had nowhere to go. And he actually almost, the offensive guy almost had an offensive pass interference because the defense was played so well. So great job there by Berman. Second down, and it also stops the clock for potentially the Belgrade maybe getting another possession here before half.
Norselian takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to cut back inside. Good tackle there by the Panthers. And there is a man down, and I believe, is that Norselian who's down? As Riley Wirtz was that tackler for the Panther who brought him down. And this is tough to see here as the starting quarterback for the Eagles is right now being tended to. And let's go ahead and step aside.
He's going to have to go out of play, I believe.
Oh, no, he popped up there. Yeah. That's good to see. So we're not going to go to a break quite yet.
And it he probably landed on the ball and got the wind knocked out of him the way he got tackled. But nonetheless, he's got to come out. And that's actually big for Belgrade because it's third down and they lose their starting quarterback for a play.
Yeah, and a third down play at that.
So we'll see what Lewistown does here. Not sure if because of the field position and the time that they maybe would quick kick this, but are they just going to run maybe a play with Traft number 4?
Yeah, that's that's another Norselian here. Fumble on the play. It's going to be recovered, I believe, by the Eagles.
And it rolled to that play, and I can't remember if they're going to bring that back.
One Norselian went down, so then the younger Norselian comes in. Seth Norselian took that snap.
So he got about an extra 2 yards on that off the fumble as it went forward, and it fell right up into the Lewistown player's arm. So that's a big break for Lewistown as the clock continues to run. We got to remember that Lewistown deferred, so they will be getting the ball at after halftime. So they're just managing the clock here. Going to see, if we can get one here, great. If not, we're not going to force it. But the starting quarterback comes back into the game.
And there's whistles here before this fourth down play. It might be.
Yeah, it's delay a game there.
Oh, wow. Tough break here for the Eagles as they get the delay of game on the 4th and 3.
So now they might line up and potentially quick kick this just to pin Belgrade and be happy going into the half with a 1-point lead. We'll see what happens.
As here the referee now marching this one off. So it's going to be spotted at the Panther 43-yard line. We'll call it now 4th and 7. We'll take that back, 4th and 8. Crowd stomping here.
It's got to be a quick kick.
Yep, quick kick here. And back there ready for it is Page.
If he can get to the sideline, he's got some help. Blocking
and
the back,
there's a
and
flag.
it's coming back.
Yep.
So that's huge for the Panthers. And I know you want to do that, but if you see backside numbers, you can't. You got to get the body across. So it looks like Berman's going to be flagged. So from that spot foul, it'll not only bring it back to that point, but it's going to be a penalty from that point. So it's going to be back Belgrade up pretty close to the goal line there. So easy call for the official there.
So now 1st and 10 with 1:42. Belgrade here in the shadow of their own goal posts may want to just run this clock out and be content going into the locker room down by 1. But you never know what Coach Lewis has up under his sleeve. But this ball is going to be spotted all the way back at the 6-yard line. And, Lewistown doesn't have a timeout left. I really think here you just got to keep the ball on the ground, get into halftime, and get those little guys out there you see at the top of the screen. Get them out here, and let's see what they've got as Cheney will come out in shotgun as they are rarely under center. Takes the snap, give us to Page. Page in trouble in the backfield.
Oh, is it close to a safety?
Boy.
They're going to stop his progress at about the 1-yard line.
Boy, that is dangerous there. And now you might want to see Cheney under center and a QB keeper. And Panthers lucky that the Eagles are not able to stop the clock again as they are out of timeouts.
Yeah, and I don't even know if going under center is necessarily the play here, because if you get blown back under center, and we haven't taken a ton of snaps under center this year, I think maybe if you can get a quick hitch here, they're going quads. If you can get a quick hitch here, he is going to go under center.
Here's the QB keeper from Cheney. He's going to pick up a couple of yards to save him on 3rd down at least. 56 seconds to go. I'm not sure why the clock is stopped. Oh, is it because a player's helmet came off?
Yeah, but that shouldn't. Oh, they're waiting for him to get off the field because it's the referee's timeout.
Yep.
So now there it rolls.
Yep. So now 53 seconds to go. If Belgrade plays this right, well, they're probably going to have to punt this one away. It's going to be close.
I think Coach Kinnaman's going to want to hopefully watch the back judge here count and take a timeout. There's no reason to rush this. You can take a timeout. See what the defense is doing. Let it wind down to the back judge's counting, but they're going to just go with it.
What we give is to Page.
It's that underneath inside belly play there out of the motion. So they come back to it, which almost got him a safety last time. But it should be kick us into half as Lewistown has no timeouts.
Yep. So that will do it as you see the final seconds tick off the clock here of the first half. Panthers trail this one 21-22. Let's step aside and thank all our sponsors that make Panther Life possible, and then we'll be back with the halftime show and the Little Guy football after this from our sponsors.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
You just hit the mother lode.
At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5 Alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office.
Try your best to
All right, welcome back to Panther Live. In the halftime for between the Belgrade Panthers and the Fergus Golden Eagles, back with my partner Bert Horsley. What is your overall opinion of the first half? It is 22-21 Fergus. It looks like, in my opinion, it's kind of going to go a shootout. We talked how good a game it could be, and so far it is a good game. And the key, I think, for Belgrade was actually our special teams. Our offense did score, but our special teams accounts for two of the touchdowns tonight. So that's been huge for Belgrade. But we see for Fergus, the athletes that they have on offense is proven to be good for them, and then they got away with that 2-point conversion there. So what do you got coming for us?
Well, yeah, that was just a critical error, that offsides there, putting them in position to go for two. That could be the game changer right there. I mean, that could be make or break it, but it has been. It's, punch for punch, it's been going well. Both sides of the ball producing for each team. But I do believe it could open up here, I think, if some proper adjustments are made. Belgrade's going to have to step it up and put their foot on the gas. I think Fergus has the ball coming out of the half. Is that correct?
Yeah, Fergus gets the ball. They deferred, so they'll be getting the ball right out after half. So it's crucial Belgrade goes into the half and makes their adjustments defensively to talk about, how we're going to stop them. Obviously, Coach Feller talked about how balanced they are. 1,200 yards throwing this season, 1,100 yards rushing. So that's a very balanced attack. And so they have a good running back in Jamison, a good backfield. They have a good quarterback, and they got some athletes on the perimeter throwing-wise. So it's just one of those things where you got to do your job. You got to read your keys and settle down, and then let your athleticism defensively and let your natural instinct take place. But we got to make sure our alignment is good and be able to make our reads and then finish defensively.
And that's a huge point right now. There were a number of plays that should have been stopped on first contact, but Jamison ran through it. Had a lot of yards after contact, and that's big. Led some first downs to sustain some drives, and had led to some scores. So I think that's huge for Belgrade right now is coming out and making a stop, getting the ball back, and then trying to score.
That's kind of been a struggle a little bit where running backs have done that to us, where it hasn't been bad, but where they've gotten into contact with us and we can't corral running backs and get them down. We saw that last week, like you said, against Billings Central, where when we did have our good run fits, we had a couple of their running backs down and for a loss or at the line of scrimmage, and then they broke out, and you just said, even with Jamison there. So we got to just be better tacklers, I think, in the second half against the run game, and we got to finish off plays.
Absolutely, and we could stand to open up a little more in the passing game, I think, offensively. And we had a few bigger plays that help sustain drives or push the ball down the field. But I just think I think Belgrade needs to utilize the wide side of the field, both in the air and on the ground. And once those guys get the ball, they got to get hit north-south. They're stretching the field, and Fergus is doing a great job with pursuit angles getting there and not allowing ground to be gained. So I think with what we've got, getting north and south, just running up the field when you have that hole instead of trying to stretch it out for a larger gain is going to be key as well.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be what team really makes those adjustments and is able to finish with those adjustments, because it is such a tight game. So if you make, and you don't have to change everything offensively or defensively, but you got to tweak a little bit to make sure that your kids are on the same page with each other defensively and offensively, what they're reading, what they're looking at, and where they're trying to go with the football. So it's basically a tied game. We'll see if that little, and then also your opinion, I wanted to come back to that. How big is that extra point that they have here, 22-21, when they are able to get two? Is it more of a psychological momentum thing, or is it really that big of a deal in this overall scheme of the game?
I think it's a big deal because it could force Belgrade to go for two. If I were Fergus coach, and we marched down and put it in, I would go for two, because I can make it a two-score game, or you're back to a one-score game without them having to go for two. But that's big, and if they didn't think it was big, they wouldn't have gone for two. A lot of teams won't go for two, even when you're on that 1 yard line. in a situation like that, but they thought it was worth the risk, and I agree with it.
Okay, we've got about 30 seconds here. Actually, we'll have more time than that. We still have the little guy football going on. Fergus is already out here warming up a little bit. A little bit scary there initially when Northland went down for Lewistown. Looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him, but he bounced back up. So good for Lewistown that he looks like he will finish the remainder of the game. And so about 6 seconds left, and then I believe we'll have another 3 minutes on top of that. Is that correct?
That's correct. A little 3-minute warm-up period, and we'll be back into the action again. This first drive is critical for both teams.
Even though it's a tight score, what's your mindset now coming on the defensive side of the ball, because you haven't had as much success? We've got one series stop, full series stop, but as a defensive team, is it something where you want to come back on defense, or you need to have the mentality that you want to come back on defense right away and get a stop, or is it tough coming out of the locker room at half as a player, knowing that you struggled against this team a little bit?
Mentally, yeah, it is a little tough, but I think that's a job as a coach is to get that motivation going and that confidence built at the half that we're making some positive adjustments, and we're coming out, we're going to stop them. And I would like to see a little bit of pressure, a little more heat coming. Is how I would start the second quarter. I'm not a defensive guy, but that's how I would do it. I'd come in with some heat if I were a defensive coordinator and try and put some pressure on them, get a quick 3 and out, and get that offense the ball and see what they can do.
Yeah, I think at all levels, a lot of coaches talk about that. The best thing to do against on offense is not give them the same look. Can you shut that door, bud? It's not give them the same look too many times, because they get comfortable with it. And like you said, maybe sometimes the same thing even on the offensive side of the ball, right? Unless you're a dominant team like Billings Central, they'll run the same play 2 or 3 times because they're just saying, can you stop this play? But for the most part, I think you got to give teams different looks at different times just to keep it mixed up and pull something out you got in your playbook.
Yeah, and I personally think defense has a little advantage on that. If you're bringing some heat and changing things up, because you're going to defend it whatever they give you. You'll be responsible for your man, your zone, whatever it happens to be defensively, and you just get in there, line up, play football. Offense is a little different when the defense might shift, might throw some twists and some at you, some stunts. So,
well, we'll find out here shortly. That concludes our halftime show and commentary with Bert Horsley and Andy Demjanovic, and we will get to the kickoff here in about 40 seconds. So let's take a break and go to some of our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
Let's play football.
All right, John Mears getting ready to kick this one off, start the second half. Thanks for tuning in to the halftime show. Bert Horsley and Andy Demjanovic. They also had the Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance pregame show. And we had our camera operator, James, up here. Some of the free refreshments that students get for being a part of Panther Live. So if you're interested in joining the club, come on up. We've got chicken and mince, and we got cookies. Coach can't even talk right now because he's got about 6 cookies in his mouth. But here to get this second half underway, John Mears will kick off, so it'll be Lewistown with the ball to start out. Mears' kick is going to be fielded right at the 30-yard line. He's going to go down to a knee. That was number 14, Talon Arndt, who had a touchdown earlier tonight. Fielded that one right at the 30. His knee hit, so that's where the Eagles were stout out 1st and 10 here in this third quarter. All right, so Norslian will come out in shotgun. He's got Jamison with him. Give his to Jamison. Gets around one. Jamison still on his feet across the 50. Still on his feet. He's going to be called out of bounds somewhere back there a couple of steps. Look, it's going to be at the 36-yard line, but a big pickup to start this third quarter. Well, let's see what I can recall here. Let's see if I can get any replay on this. Nope, just have him running out of bounds. Yeah, sorry about that, Coach.
Did you not clean the disc?
You know, I cleaned it, but I was too late in the recalling the last 10 seconds. This is getting very technical for our viewers. So a big pickup there on first down.
Yeah, huge play. They come back with the Jamison kid off the counter off the jet sweep.
Now it's going to be a give on the jet sweep here, looking for room, headed towards his own sideline, and then tackled there by Berman. But that was number 5, Colin Combs, on that carry. And again, Riley Berman on the stop.
Yeah, much better containing the edge on that. Riley Berman and even Easton Page coming up and forcing that edge off the jet sweep.
So 2nd down and 9. Eagles in Panther territory after the big pickup from Jamison. Norslian gives back to Jamison, room up the middle. And he's going to pick up about 8 yards there on 2nd and 9, so it will be 3rd and short.
So two things that we're having trouble off that setting the edge and make sure we don't overflow from the backside off the jet sweep look. But that's their twins tight formation, twins, and then they got the tight end and the wing to that short side. Boundary side is another formation that they love, and we're not able right now to stop that play. They come back to it with Traft, and looks like we're going to get something, or Norsland with the quarterback running into the boundary.
Yeah, he's going to be close right there to the first down line to gain. Let's see if they wave him through.
And just watch if they keep coming back to this formation right here, Nate. We'll see number 3 Traft and to the 1 speed to the wide side of the field. And if his alignment is pretty close to the ball, he's got a lot of space to work with. So watch out for some sort of one-on-one or fade to the outside with him, and Norsland going over the top to him at some point.
So they're going to measure this one. And as you see here, it's going to be close. They're still looking at it, and they're going to give him the first down. So first down, Eagles. Right at the 26-yard line.
So Fergus coming right out of the gate after half. And so far it's been a heavy dose of Jamison off the run game. And he's also a good hard runner, and he's tough to bring down.
So now Norslian fakes the motion, Looks to throw towards the corner. He's got a man. It's Trafton. It's going to be incomplete down there by the pylon.
So that's exactly what we were talking about. So his one speed to that, they went back to that same formation. Their trip's tight, and they go jet sweep. So now he's got a one-on-one, and Ethan does a great job defending the Montana State recruit there. And he's 6'5", so it's an athletic. So he just off the mark, and they'll come back to that again. Anytime when you get a kid like that caliber with a one-on-one situation, might as well go back to the well. Here now we got East and Page back on Trafton as they switch that up a little bit.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. Give to Jamison up the middle. He's wrapped up and taken down there by the Panthers' number 68.
Riley Wirtz.
Yep, Riley Wirtz with the tackle. Third down and 6. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line in the Taco Time red zone. It would be roughly a 39-yard field goal from here.
So Belgrade a little bit confused there in their formation.
Give to Jamison. He's going to be short. Good tackle there by all the Belgrade defenders here on the front seven. I see Zach Marsh in there.
Yeah, that's a huge play. Huge play for Belgrade. They rally right back to the ball. So Fergus quite can't capitalize. Belgrade not initially set out of that formation, but they get enough guys back in the box, and they rally the ball there for 4th down play.
Yeah, Zane Kunkel as well in on that stop. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I'm not sure what their field kicker situation is like, but even if they go for it and they don't get it, it's just as good as switching field position on a punt.
So here we go, 4th down. Norselian takes the snap, fakes the give, rolling, looking. It's going to keep it himself. He pitches it forward. There's a flag on the play as it was complete good for a 1st down, but there is laundry on the field.
So was he past the line of scrimmage, or was there some torp?
It was a lineman downfield, yeah.
Off the play action.
But boy, a nifty play there by Norselian to underhand pitch that one to Jamison, who was ready for it. But the offensive line thought, hey, we're running this. You know, it's too late now. I'll just tell you real quick, because we're going to wave this flag off. It's going to be a 1st down, and I can't imagine that Coach Kinnaman is pleased with that. So 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like there was a few linemen downfield there, at least one lineman downfield. But
well, our viewer from home can rewind their YouTube a few seconds and see that. But we got 1st and 10 here live as Norselian give to Jamison. Jamison sheds tacklers down to the 5-yard line.
Kind of looked like a broken play there, didn't it? And
it did, yeah.
At first, and but they still got something out of nothing there.
Yeah, he. I thought, is he going to quick kick right now? It was. I don't think he was lined up right. A little bit of a broken play, but Jamison made just kind of bounced off some Belgrade tacklers to get it there on the 5-yard line, where it's 2nd and goal. As you see there, 8:04 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Opening drive here for the Eagles. Norselian is going to keep it himself. Here in pursuit, Whipple unable to get there, and in for the touchdown is Norselian. So the Eagles now on top by 7 with the extra point pending.
So they come back to their main formation there, that trip's tight, and they use the running back to seal the edge there, and that's been the thing that has given the Panthers difficult on those outside run plays is they've been able to seal that edge. Haven't been able to keep contained to where flow players can get there off their reads, and contain's been a difficult thing there for the Belgrade Panthers.
Here the Town and Country Foods extra point is up, and it is good. So there the Eagles now take the lead 29-21. We'll step aside after a word from our sponsors.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen. All right, back here to action. Kickoff fielded by Page. Page here looking for room on the Panther sideline. Will run a bounce at the 26-yard line where Belgrade will start out 1st and 10. And we want to thank all our viewers who are tuning in. For the Panther fans who couldn't be here tonight, as well as all those Eagle fans in Lewistown that didn't make the trip. Thanks for watching. This is a broadcast produced by the Belgrade Broadcasting Club. Here as Cheney takes the snap, gets it out to Page. Page dances around here and is going to be taken down, just runs out of bounds after a pickup of 5.
Yeah, they come back to their base play for Easton out of that trip set. Getting the quick out off the vertical blocks, and he's able to pick up 4 to 5 there. So we'll see how Belgrade responds offensively on their first possession here after half. Fergus took some time off the clock there in the third quarter and methodically drove down and put a score on the board right away. So we'll see how Belgrade responds.
2nd and 5. Cheney takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be sacked. Boy, all over him there.
Yeah, and that's what Lewistown decided to do out of the empty set. And I was always a big proponent of, even though if the team had a playmaker receiving-wise, that you see empty, I think you got to bring a little bit of pressure, and you can do some different out of showing different pressures. And it makes then it also makes the quarterback have to make a quick decision. And there, Dyson tried to tuck up inside, but there was just nowhere to go.
So now 3rd down and 8. Panthers here opening drive of the third quarter. Cheney looks to throw, rolling. He's got open there is number 26 for the Panthers, and making that catch, picking up good yardage there is Jonathan Fight. Is he going to have a first down?
It's close. If he wow.
Got it.
Give him the first down. That's a big play.
That might be Jonathan Fight's first reception at varsity, or at least the first one we've had here on Panther Live. So a big one there for that young man in the second half of a crucial game, picking up a first down with his team down by 8.
Didn't know if that pass would get there quick enough, but nonetheless he did.
Cheney keeps it himself. He's got good positive yardage up near the 45-yard line where he's going to be taken down. It will be 2nd down and 4. Panthers here in the huddle. Again, this is the opening drive of the second half for the Panthers. The Eagles got the ball to start out the third quarter, and they methodically went down the field. A couple big plays from Jamison, aided by a flag waved off, got into the end zone to take this 8-point lead. And now this is Page in at quarterback. Page sends Berman in motion, fakes the give, keeps it himself, in trouble in the backfield, is just going to go down after a loss of a couple.
So that's just a great play by Lewistown's defensive end there. If I can get a number, I can't see. Is that 59 or 54?
Well, 54 looks to be an interior D lineman.
No, 59. Anyway, nonetheless, the defensive end for Lewistown knew that was coming, and he set the edge, and that's the difference. What Belgrade hasn't done is set the edge and contain there. He completely pushed those guys back in the backfield, and you could see there, if you rewind that, how aggressive he was up there. That was number 59. Caleb Russell does a great job setting the edge.
Here's Cheney now in trouble. Throws. It's incomplete to Major, so it's going to be 4th down and 7. And I believe Belgrade's going to have to punt this one away.
That's kind of a big drop because he probably could have got at least to a fourth and about 2 or 3, right?
Yep.
And now you're on the 50-yard line to where maybe it's maybe you can think about going for it, but I doubt without a first down Kinnaman would go for it just because of them being down 8. But big stop there for the Lewistown Golden Eagles.
So now back to punt is Riley Berman. Before the snap here, we have referees holding up play. I'm not sure what that was for, as it looks like it's going to be some sort of a procedure against. There was a flag on the field I didn't see in the backfield. It's going to be against Belgrade. So it's going to back it up here to make it now 4th down and 13. Here Berman takes the snap. Punt nearly blocked, as it's going to take a Belgrade roll down to the 40-yard line, and that is where Lewistown will take over on offense.
And that's where we can see we really missed Travis Bagby.
Yep.
Belgrade really hasn't been able to find a consistent punter since he went down to where it helps change field position. And we knew, like when Travis was in there, that was a luxury where you're kicking at 40, 50 yards every time. That really helps you flip field position for your defense.
So now Norsleyan pitches it to Jamison. Jamison looking for room. Nice tackle there on the ankles by Berman. So it'll be now 2nd and 7 here. Eagles need to get to midfield to pick up this first down. And Belgrade defense really needing a stop here to keep pace of this back and forth action that we saw all through the first half. Norsleyan takes the snap, fakes the give to Jamison, keeps it himself nearly down in the backfield, and now he gets through and gets a first down. Boy, he avoided a bad situation there and was able to pick up the first down. And there is a Panther player who is down, shaken up on the play. Actually, 2 Panthers right now down on the play. It's major. And
Mason Jacobson there. He bounces back. So
yeah, Mason Jacobson hops back up. Ethan Major might have rolled an ankle or something.
Those are the big plays there where you have the guy for the loss, and those are huge because you got to finish and you have a one-on-one play there, and you got to make the tackle, and we did. And so instead of about a 3-4 yard loss, where Belgrade's defense does a nice job of getting yourself in a position to make a play, Norseland just ends up getting a first down out of it and advances past midfield.
All right, so 1st down and 10 across midfield. Norsleyan sends one in motion. Fakes the give, looks to throw, going over the middle. He's got a man there, good coverage, but a flag on the play. Boy, Blossom was on the coverage. He was right there with him, but you don't have to turn your head now.
No, I think hopefully they'll waive this if it's more of a face guarding, but I think on the replay you can see that there was some contact where I think maybe Brody might have extended his hands a little bit before the ball got there. But there also looked like there was a little bit of interior holding on Belgrade or on Fergus that wasn't called, but it is going to be PI on Belgrade, and that's a huge play too.
So the pass interference against the Panthers sets the ball down to the 32-yard line for the Eagles, who are looking to go up by 2 scores right now. It's a crucial point of this 3rd quarter.
So they do make the adjustment, and they're going to play pretty much cover 1 with off receivers and then double team Trafton over the top. That also takes away another guy flag down again in the box, but they do a better job of corralling Jamison there, but there is a flag down there, Nate.
Yeah, John Mears there wrestled him down by the ankles after just a pickup of 1 or 2, but let's see after this flag. I believe this is going to march the Eagles back after the holding penalty.
Yeah, they even the last couple plays I saw some holding in there, and it's always tough to call, and their guys are holding all the time, and that's just part of football. But there, the referees feel that it's pretty blatant and made the ability for Fergus to make a play on it. But going back, John Mears, the all-state champ wrestler, when he gets a hold of you, he can be a good tackler.
Here Norselian looking to throw. He's got Trafton open. Trafton looking for the sideline. He's going to be taken down at about the 30-yard line, so he picks up the penalty yardage and will make it now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, if you can see on the replay there, they come right back to him. Quick pass to their best player. And just get that leverage off that throw, kind of like what Belgrade does with Easton, but it's to the outside leverage. We go inside slot with Easton on our leverage, but nonetheless, they get it to their best player, their best wide receiver, and he gets a lot of those yards back, about 12 yards from the holding call.
2nd and 10. Eagles in tight. Norselian rolling. Plenty of room if he wants to run. Flag on the field. The pass is incomplete.
Looks like it's should be holding again. One of our D linemen did get tackled, but problem is if we can go back on that, it looked like we lost contain again. Though we're struggling with contain this game, and there Fergus gets caught with the hold. But if you watch on film, they've been very physical with our DNs, and our DNs haven't been able to fight outside pressure as far as them reaching us.
Well, and look, I'm looking at it on my phone here on the replay, and that was what the penalty was. Is the defensive end got thrown to the ground?
Yeah,
and so that's where the flag came in.
Yeah, you can't hip toss, wrestle hip toss. That's called a takedown, and it's good in wrestling, but not on the football field. So
we'll call this one 2nd down in about 20, more than 20 really.
So now they're into a 2-by-2 jet sweep look.
Norselian drops back. It's a screen pass to Jamison. Jamison with speed as Tommy Whipple tries to drag him down, unable to do so, and finally pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and good thing he stepped out of bounds there, because we couldn't quite bring Jamison down there, again, having tackling issues. And he steps out, fortunately. Looks like he was on his way to score a touchdown.
And again, a little late on the replay. I'm not doing a great job on the replay here. We could probably...
do you want me to do it, or?
I'll train you this week. So here we go, 1st down and 10 in the Taco Time red zone. Norselian gets the snap, gives to Jamison up the middle. Jamison is going to be spun around a couple of times after he picks up about 6 or 7 yards, where it will now be 2nd down and 4. 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he went straight ahead vertical. Gap was taken, so he had a nice little jump cut to sidestep penetration by Belgrade, and was able to get it about 6 or 7 yards there. So nice little jump cut there by Jamison.
Norselian takes the snap. He's keeping it himself up the middle. Cuts back around. And he's finally drugged down, but he picked up a 1st down, so it's going to be 1st down and goal to go here for the Eagles. Panthers on their heels here in this 2nd half.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to get off the field somehow, but it's looking like potentially the only way they can is if Lewistown scores here. And Lewistown's time of possession has been huge for Lewistown.
Yeah, in this 2nd half, it's been all Eagles. 1:30 to go here in the 3rd. Give is to Jamison, looking for the edge, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. Take a look at this one more time. As Jamison is able, again, losing contain there.
Yeah, just we've still having edge issues and alignment issues off their formations. And easy down block there for the Fergus Golden Eagles, and Jamison walks into the end zone.
Well, we did at least get the replay on that one. As you see now, 1:28 to go here. Panthers now trail at 21-35 here with the Town and Country Foods extra point pending, and it is up, and it is good. So now 36-21, and let's go ahead and step aside and thank some of our sponsors that make Panther Live possible. High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office.
You just hit the mother load.
At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5 Alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
21-36 here late in the third quarter. Eagles now ready to kick this one off back to the Panthers. Eagles really taking command of this game here in the third. Belgrade could use another big special teams plays. This one's going to be short fielded here, and the ball is loose. But I think Belgrade's going to come down with it. That was John. Was that John Mears again? No, that was number 84 for the Panthers. Yeah, Tyler Gordon, the sophomore.
So, yeah, good field position for the Panthers, but almost was devastating because he took it off the bounce, but he was bobbling it as he was moving. And sometimes when you get hit by a guy going full speed, you lose possession. But he was able to hold on to the football, which is good because now they got good field position. And there's plenty of time in this game, minute 25 left in the third quarter here. So we'll see if Belgrade can get a quick strike here.
Cheney sends Page in motion. Flags here on the play. I think the center might have been just behind everybody else. They're going to call illegal procedure here against the Panthers, so go ahead and just back it up. This has been a disastrous third quarter if you're a Belgrade Panther fan. Now 1st and 15. As the Panthers break the huddle here, come out to the line. Spotted from their own 35-yard line. Cheney takes the snap, rolls to his right, tucks it. Gonna try to get upfield. He's gonna pick up a couple of yards. Jamison there on the stop for the Golden Eagles. 2nd down and 14 on the way here, as we are now just under 1 minute to go in this third. Panthers have 4 receivers up to the top. 3 of them stacked right here as Page is at quarterback. Page is going to keep it himself. Penetration in there, and he's going to be sacked. Boy, 3 defenders right there, and nowhere to go for Easton Page.
Well, they're just going to take their chances when he is back at quarterback. But the O-line has to do a better job of picking up blitzes. And just because they send pressure, if you all get your talks and your down blocks on that, if you break the first level on the blitz. But Lewistown's coming hard, and they're playing physical right now, and they're getting off the ball quicker than our guys. And when they blitz and bring that pressure, we have nowhere to go. We've got to do a better job up front of protecting and right there, he's got nowhere to go. Yep. Getting sacked by a 3-4 man pressure on the last play because Easton was in the backfield. They brought six man pressure. We got to be able to handle that, and we're showing that we're struggling with that.
All right, so that was the final play of the third quarter. We'll go to the fourth, and Belgrade's going to have to punt it. Let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors again. High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
It's Mr. Phillips is his name. Big Sky.
So here we are, fourth quarter underway, just as Belgrade punts it away. It's going to be fielded here by number 8, taking it up. That's Clinton.
Big Sky Bravery provides our...
So it's going to be first down and 10 here, near midfield for the Eagles. And boy, Belgrade could really use a stop as I'm crunching on a
just
cookie
hold on.
right here.
So you threw me under the bus about eating all those cookies. I had 6 in my mouth, and you can barely talk because you got a cookie in your mouth. So.
Well, this is when I need my co-commentator to come in with some analysis.
That's what you were saying. Okay.
All right. That's Trafton there at the bottom of the screen that you see, lined up against Page. Norslian gives it to Jamison. Jamison's going to be tackled by Berman right at midfield.
Yeah, much better tackle there, but we're still in a one-on-one tackle position. If we got to be able to get guys rallying to the ball there. Get off blocks, control your gaps. I was having lunch with a defensive coordinator today, and we talked about how important it is of gap integrity and being able to do your job, and I think we're going to continue to see a heavy dose. So here's some pressure by Belgrade. It's off the play action, and we look what happened. Bradley Cage has him and brings him down and fumbles the ball, but it comes out of bounds. So much better there. Comes with some pressure, and it gives Lewistown a little bit of fits there and almost turns the ball over there, Nate. So great job by Belgrade, bringing their own pressure. Lewistown can't handle that pressure, and we sack Norseland. Looked like he might have almost escaped it, but Bradley Cage finishes it and almost knocks the ball out of his hands, almost gets the turnover, but goes out of bounds. So third and long here. So big play there by Belgrade, and great job by Bradley Cage.
Yeah, we talked about that at the break going into the fourth quarter. Belgrade needs a spark on defense, and maybe Bradley Cage is going to be that player. Here is it's third and long. Norslian looking to pass under pressure. It's a screen pass. It's going to be short. So the Eagles are going to have to punt this one away. So Belgrade gets a stop here to start this fourth quarter, and a very necessary one with 11:04 to go in a 2-score game. The very dangerous punt return duo back here of Mounts and Page.
Yeah, so they see Belgrade bringing pressure. They come back with a screen, and they do a nice job, but they throw the ball into the dirt. We got to make sure we got a peel player on that guy.
Punt is away. It's high, but it is short.
A fire call. Get
away. Takes a good Belgrade. Pick it up and go. Pick it up and go. Oh, Mason Jacobson is able to recover it. But boy, if he could have scooped that one, he would have been off to the races. Let's see if we can get a little replay in on this one. Look at this, Coach. Coach, we got the replay as Jacobson
I saw it.
Picks it up. And you know what? But I give that young man credit, because that is a loose ball if it touches the Panther. And he said, let's get our offense on the field and get this ball in the hands of a guy like Easton Page.
And I know some coaches like to say play him jumping on the ball, but we got to scoop and score there. That's a big play. But nonetheless, we get possession with great field position.
Cheney looks to throw. He's got Page open here on the far sideline. Cuts around the edge. He's still in bounds. He's finally pushed out after a first down.
So it looks like we got a little bit of spark. The defense does a good job of getting out on the series, bringing a little bit of pressure, and now the offense looks like they got a little bit of spark because we have good field position. So see if Belgrade can't climb back in here with about 10.5 to go.
Second down and 1. Gabe Lynn will run the play in from the sideline for Belgrade. Three receivers to the left, one up here to the right, or excuse me, 2 to the right. Empty set for Cheney. Drops back to throw.
There he
under
is.
Pressure, steps in, ball on the ground. It's a fumble.
It's huge because they had
recovered by the Panthers.
They did have Easton Page. If he could have got that ball off just past the linebacker, nobody was able to really carry Easton Page because of his speed off the line. And he had if he would have caught that in stride just past the linebacker core, he probably would have scored.
Instead, Cheney fumbles but is able to recover his own fumble. So it's now 3rd and 5, 4-down territory here for the Panthers with 10:15 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, without a doubt. Just take your time. You got 2 downs to get a first. Cheney
drops it, looks to throw over the middle. He's going to be taken down for a sack. They're in the pump fake and then just nothing going.
It's a little 5-man pressure there by Lewistown. So it's basically 5-on-5 there off the 5-man pressure, and Belgrade struggling up front. And you got to be able to get the job done up front. If you can't protect your quarterback and you can't ground and pound to be physical and get after people on the run game, it becomes long and tough games.
4th down and 10. Belgrade has to go for it here with under 10 to play in the fourth quarter. Expect blitz here as Cheney's been under duress all night, and now we're going to have a timeout here taken by Belgrade. They want to talk this one over before they get into the 4th down, and we will go ahead and step aside and be right back with this 4th down play.
You just hit the mother lode.
At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5-alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Here we are on the drum line and the pep band there. You know, we got the Marching Panthers now. They're going to be performing tomorrow.
Well, you are excited about that thing.
I am. I'm pumped up about the there's Cheyenne Tuman. Marching Panthers going to be competing tomorrow at MSU. They were marching last Friday night for homecoming. 4th down and 10. Crucial play in this game as Cheney will roll out. He throws. He's got a man there, but it's just out of the reach there of Jonathan Fight. So it will be a turnover on downs with 9:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see if we can look at this one more time, as it was just too much.
Yeah, they had him. He just needed to be on the inside throw. Yeah. It's the vertical game. He had all verticals, which was good. Belgrade had actually great spacing there, and he just needed that ball just on the inside, a little bit lower over the top.
So Panther defense out. Last time they got it stopped, they need to get another one to give the offense a chance here. Norslian takes the snap, gives to Jamison. Jamison hitting the backfield, taken down for a loss on the play. Looks like it's going to be a pickup, it's going to be about a loss of 1, or they're going to say just right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Clock ticking now just under 9 minutes.
Yeah, Fergus in control right now, and they're methodically getting their plays down.
Here's
they have him deep. There's Trafton.
And he's got it, and Trafton is going to go in and score. As we take a look at this replay, Norslian rolls out, looks downfield, man wide open, and Dusty catches up to him. That's Tanner Trafton getting into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown.
You show that one more time?
Here, I can pull it up. Yeah, let me pull it back up one more time here.
Can you go back to the beginning and hold the... Oh, you can't hold it, can you?
Well, I might be able to if I can figure this thing out.
Teach people a little bit about alignment here. Can you scroll back just a tad?
Oh, yeah, hang on here.
I'm asking a lot, aren't I?
You are. How about this is the beginning of the play. The extra point was up and good from Town and Country Foods, and Coach D's going to give us a little analysis. Are we good to start from here? What do you got, Coach?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to start this play. Again, this is the touchdown.
Yeah, it's tough to see on the back end, but they just got communication. And where was Trafton in the
in the before the snap there.
Yeah.
This is him right at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, he just snuck in behind and was able to get all the way behind the coverage. It's now the fourth time we've been through this replay. I've seen this several times. The Montana State recruit there, Tanner Trafton.
Yeah, as you can see, he's a good athlete there. Outruns. Once he catches it, he just outruns the defense there. I didn't see what they were, and if they had another safety over the top, it almost looked like there was a cover 2 issue. If they had too high safety, it would have been because he was the 1 speed out there, and Easton was the corner there. I didn't see what coverage if they had 2 safeties on there. I didn't get quite a good look, but there was obviously some miscommunication on their defense on the back end there, and that's a huge play when you have little things like that, miscommunications or on the backside there. It's just it's tough because you just got to keep guys in front of you no matter what the communication is. You got to keep guys in front of you. Don't let yourself get beat deep and always work back to the ball, but miscues kill you.
Here John Mears fields the short kick, gets it up across the 40-yard line. Score is now 43-21. Panthers trail it in the fourth quarter. And it's just a back and forth first half, and then Lewistown has really just come out in this second half and has taken control of this game. Belgrade now trailing by 3 scores as they come back on an offense with good field positioning. And whistles before we can get underway here. I think it might be a clock. Oh, there's a kicking tee. We forgot to get the... and now we got the kicking tee off the field, so we're ready to go. As Cheney, again, all alone in the backfield. Looks to throw under duress, steps into the pocket, is going to be sacked.
Yeah, Lewistown continues to bring pressure against Belgrade and Dyson, and it's tough to formulate plays when you're behind, and we can't get things blocked up front at all. We got to be able to protect him, and we just haven't been able to do that tonight. And it's tough. Doesn't matter what you call, but you got to get those things fixed up front.
Credit Jace Phillips on the sack there for the Eagles. 2nd and 14 now. They're the Panther cheerleaders. Still keeping this crowd excited here in the fourth quarter as we're back to play now as Page at quarterback loses yardage.
Yeah, it's going to be illegal procedure again. Too many guys in motion.
And it looks like Lewistown is going to decline this penalty if they can. That is a pre-snap penalty, so I'm not sure if that should have been a dead ball. I don't know that Lewistown can decline it. Let's see here as the referees are talking this one over.
2 different flags. 2 weird spots.
Yeah, it looks like too many men on the field, substitution infraction, and an illegal procedure. Yep. So they go ahead and decline the substitution.
So here's 3rd down and 15. Page in at quarterback. Ball on the ground.
And that's Fergus's ball. And that's another thing we've kind of struggled with this year is snaps, and we've seen throughout the game Dyson's handled them, and so has East and Page. They've handled them, but there have been a few at the feet, and we've kind of seen this all year at some point throughout at least every game where we've had some snap issues.
Yeah, so that one off of Easton Page's leg, unable to come back with it. Mike Deming is here. We're gonna have Mike Deming join in here one more time in the fourth quarter.
Where are you going?
Here I am, Mr. Parseghian.
You're back, man. You are back. You were trying to make an exit, but we want you to help us out.
I want to go down on the field and just, I haven't been on the field for a long time to see the ground level game, and I was going to head on down there.
We got a field cam here. Check this out. There you go. You're on the field right now.
It's true. I mean, the updates that you've made to Panther Live has been really great. Nice viewing tonight.
Yeah, we are at 188 right now, 188 viewers.
That's getting to be maybe a record.
I think that is a record.
Because I wonder how many of those are coming from Fergus.
I think quite a few. I know that we had some good showings on our Fergus basketball games last year on Panther Live. So I know the fans out there in Lewistown know about our broadcasting club, so thanks for being a part of this one. But, Coach, what are your thoughts here second half?
Well, I just think that Lewistown was very efficient offensively, and it seems like they were slippery tonight. They ran hard, and we couldn't tackle, and they got some extra yards that seems like one guy couldn't take anybody down.
So now 7:24 to go here in the fourth. Norslian takes the snap, fakes the give, gives to Jamison. Jamison right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards before he's taken down around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he runs hard. He does nice little jump cuts, and that's deceptive as a defensive player to stay squared up on him. So, he has those jump cuts and he moves forward, and as we talked about in the pregame, just moving north and south, picking up 5 at a time is pretty good, pretty efficient offense.
Jamison's a guy you're going to see spotted up on the wing. That's where they like to play him on the basketball floor.
Yeah, he's really, really solid going to his left hand, especially. One of the more athletic kids on that team, and he causes all kinds of problems.
Now Norslian here on this second down snap. Pitches it out to Jamison. Speaking of his left side, here he is on his left side as he drags Easton Page forward for about, let's see if they're going to give him a first down. I think they will. As they move the chains now. Clock under 6:30 to go now. First down, Eagles in the Taco Time red zone. Coach Demjanovic has gotten very quiet since you got on the mic up here, Coach.
Well, it's nice to have some help once in a while.
Yeah,
it's a nice addition.
He's done a great job as always. I'm looking forward to your guys' broadcast from Glendive next week, of course.
we have an important announcement about Glendive.
Well, aren't you driving us?
We have an important.
I thought we were driving the Deming Suburban.
Century Construction was sending over a plane to pick us up.
So
I
Jack
need to talk to.
Yeah, Mike's father-in-law, Jack, is going to fly us out to Glendive.
Yeah, I need to talk to Tom from Century and see what's going on with the plane to see if we can't work something out heading over to Glendive.
No, this is confirmed. They're flying us out there, but they only got room for one seat. We're going to send Dusty Maddox. Dusty Maddox, our filmer, will be live streaming and commentating next week from Glendive, so make sure you tune in for that one. He knows about it.
Yeah. He doesn't have a headset on. I was checking to see if there was any smiles from him.
Yeah, so next week, Panthers on the road. We will have that one on Panther Live on Verizon Cellular data here as the give around the end is to Clinton. That's a name that you're going to have to deal with in the wintertime here as well. But
he's a nice little athlete as well. Coach.
Yes, he can shoot it. They have a lot of shooters, but he's one of the, I think one of the better shooters on that team. You have to find him for sure, but they have a nice group of athletes, especially in the senior class, and I know the town itself, Lewistown, has been looking forward to this, and for this senior class to finally get to be seniors, and now here they are, and I think this is I think they've on a 5-win. I think they've been on a 5-win streak right now, so this could be 6. So they started the year in football very nice. I'm not sure who they have for the remaining schedule, but
they got Billings Central next week, which is going to be a tough one.
It's a tough one. They're very good.
But then Glendive as well.
So,
all right, here we go. Third down. Panther D trying to get off the field. Norslian under pressure. He is going to be taken down for a sack. Couple of Panthers in on that one to get him down. Saw back there is Briley Cage, as well as for the Panthers number 54, Brandon Clarkson. Boy, a big sack. Panthers needed to make a play on defense. They got one there. Just might be a little too late here as we're now with 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it's good contain there. I think we struggled with some contain early on, and they were able to get on the corner, and that time we had good contain. He had nowhere to go, and we had good pressure coming from the middle.
So they're going to go for it here. This could be that quick kick situation we've seen before.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to back it up. And Norslian will go ahead.
Blocked, I believe.
And the trouble with that is sometimes you got to be careful because it can hit your own player. So sometimes a bad kick like that can work to your advantage. But it doesn't, fortunately, hit a Belgrade player. But
let's go ahead and thank a couple of our sponsors that make Panther Live possible. High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office. All right, here we go. Panthers back out on offense. Screen pass across the middle is going to be complete, but pick up just a couple of yards there on that one.
That's fine. That's what I'm wearing. I'm right here.
Second down and 7. Panthers still staying in this empty set. Cheney looks to throw. Quick pass outside. Complete to Page. Page now cuts to the sideline. He's going to pick up a first down, and you see those wheels of Easton Page, but there is a flag on the play, and it is going to be roughing the passer, according to our producer, Andy Hessen. There it is. That's a personal foul, roughing the passer, 15 yards on top of the end of that run. So Belgrade should be up across midfield here with this one. Ball will be spotted at Lewistown's 47-yard line. Cheney rolls to his right, looking, delivers, caught by Jonathan Fight. Another flag. Boy, plenty of flags have been all over the field tonight.
Easton was trying to make an extra play there, and I think it's going to be a block in the back, and that's probably going to come back. So right about the time they get a nice little play.
Yep, block in the back will negate that first down reception from Jonathan Fight.
I think it should remain first down.
It's going to be now 1st and 10.5. Our spotter tonight, Owen Demjanovic, up in the press box. He's getting a little tired right now as Cheney looks to throw, delivers across the middle. It's going to be picked off, and now headed the other way looking for blocks is Clinton, and Easton Page will drag him down. See if we can grab this replay as just jumped that route,
just underthrew route. He jumped him. If he could make his way across that, it might have been a different story, but he hasn't been able to try to get the ball quite over the top.
So we'll have first down and 10 with 2:15 to go.
So Belgrade just kind of struggling on both sides of the ball. Really, the offense only has one touchdown.
Yeah.
As the special teams are accounted for the other two.
Here Norselian gives to Jamison. Jamison's going to be stacked up by a couple of defenders. Zach Marsh falling on top of that pile. It's a self-focusing camera, but it struggles a little bit sometimes at night. There we go. Again, our field camera operator is James Durchak. He's been down there in 35-degree weather all night, and he's holding up pretty well.
He's all bundled up.
Yeah. Clock now at 1:30. We've got to work on our We're done with that one, Mr. Essen says, as it's going to be a give around a Jameson as you see that one on the field cam. It's going to bring up now 3rd and 10. Boy, again, it's been a cold one out here in the stands for our fans here live. I know the viewers at home probably feel nice and toasty like us in the press box. We got a space heater in here. That's pretty nice there, Coach. Thanks for bringing that in today.
Yeah, you betcha.
Coach Demjanovic, a Panther alum who's being a little disappointed to see the effort of the Panthers here in this second half after a great start in the first, as there'll be a timeout here taken on the field. And with that timeout, let's take a timeout of our own and be back after these messages.
Big Sky Bravery provides our military's active duty special operations forces with post-deployment decompression programs throughout Montana's restorative surroundings.
Town and Country Foods, serving the Belgrade community with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance. Don't think about retirement, plan for it. Call Ty at 388-3178.
Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips in Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com.
High Country Paving, locally owned and operated since 2002. High Country Paving believes in the values of kids being a part of the team. Harrington Pepsi, your local Pepsi bottler. Made to Clean. Trust the team that's made to clean. Give them a call at 209-2109. Reach Higher Montana helps students achieve personal success in education, career, and life. Schedule an appointment with Cullen Gilbreth in the BHS Counseling Office. All right, back here after the timeout, incomplete pass. We'll go back and watch the replay tonight. I always like to see how the Panther Live broadcast comes through. And you can check these replays out. So if you're watching live, you can tune in anytime and rewatch this game on demand. I think some of the players like to get on and watch it on Saturday morning as well. But for the Fergus Golden Eagles, this will be a little more fun to watch this one back as they are ready now to punt this one away on 4th down. Punt is away.
That's kind of the first booming punt we've had all night from either team, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been, as Page picks this one up and then steps out of bounds. And that's where Belgrade will start here on likely their final possession of this game. 2 weeks from now, we'll be right here for senior night as Hardin comes into town. Next week, Belgrade is on the road against Glendive. And before this broadcast ends tonight, we'll bring Dusty Maddox in here during the postgame show and talk about that next week. And then Belgrade likely, still I don't know if it's official, but likely to be in the top 6 here of a playoff berth, potentially even at home if they can manage that number 4 spot, as Cheney takes the snap, finds Page. Page here, run out of bounds at the 40-yard line on the Panther sideline. That stops the clock with 24 seconds to go. Second down and 3. Now Cheney in a pistol formation with Major there. Give is to Major. Picks up positive yardage to pick up that first down. And after this, the clock will wind. 18 seconds right now. Belgrade could choose to take one more play here or let this one tick away. Let's see what they do. And I think that is going to be it. So that will do it. The Fergus Golden Eagles come into Belgrade tonight and get the victory over the Panthers. Final score 43-21. Let's step aside for a moment, and then we'll be back with the postgame show.
You just hit the mother load.
At $3.99, Taco Time's new mother of all burritos hits the hunger jackpot without breaking the bank. Weighing in at more than a pound, our salsa tortilla is stuffed with seasoned ground beef, Spanish-style rice, refried beans, and our famous Mexi fries. Then smothered with creamy cheese sauce, fired up with 5 Alarm sauce, and finished off with cool sour cream. Hit your hunger big time with the mother of all burritos. Just $3.99 only at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Really? On this side?
All right, back here for the post-game show. Fergus Golden Eagles come on the road, get the win 43-21. I now have our filmer in here, Dusty Maddox, and I just handed him the microphone, and he has a frozen hand right now after filming that game. I know that was a tough one for the Panthers. I know, Dusty, you put your heart and soul into this team as well. You're out there at practice holding bags and filming all the time. And next week, we got to thank you. You're making the trip out to Glendive. So what are you looking forward to there?
I think it's going to be just pretty interesting to see overall if Belgrade can snap this losing streak that they're on. I guess as far as with what I'll be doing, going forth with actually doing the commentating as well as the actual filming, that should be interesting going forward.
Yeah,
to see how that goes.
No, I can tell you, sometimes I try to multitask on these broadcasts, and it really tests you a little bit. But next week, if you tune in on Panther Live, 7 o'clock Mountain Time from Glendive, Montana, and we'll also be on. Oh, what's that now?
It's going to be on 6.
Oh, we're 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Good call. That'll be on at 6 o'clock to give us a little time to get our team back. But we'll be on Verizon data, which sometimes means there can be a little more buffering. I have to check how Verizon service is out there in eastern Montana. But you're going to be filming for Coach Kinnaman. You'll be filming for the live stream, and you'll be offering some commentary. So that's some multitasking out there.
Yes, to say the least.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing you and seeing the game next week. Thanks for everything that you've done for us all season.
Of course.
Yeah, so again, Panthers unable to complete this one. The second half was really the difference in this game tonight. So thanks for tuning in. Our next broadcast on Panther Live will be, as mentioned, next Friday, 6 o'clock from Glendive, Montana, as Dusty Maddox will film, produce, and commentate that one. So please tune in and watch the Panthers next week. But this is Nate Parsegian and my co-commentator, Andy Demjanovic. Andy, you still with us? Yep, he gave the thumbs up, and Dusty joined us here at the end. Thanks a lot, Dusty, and we'll see you guys next week on Panther Live.
What are the headphones?